tardes, mallorquinistas. Bienvenidos una jornada más a Play Red Live. Y ya lo tenemos sobre la imagen. El autobús del Real Mallorca llegando al Power Horse Stadium. Ahí tenemos a los jugadores que ya están empezando a bajar. Dani Rodríguez, en este caso el primero, también lo ha hecho el míster Javier Aguirre. Esa es la imagen de la llegada del Real Mallorca a ese estadio del Almería. También tenemos a Antonio Sánchez, a Rajkovic concentrado con sus auriculares, seguido por Baba, que hoy podría ser del once inicial. Y ahí tenemos uno de los canteranos que ha viajado con el conjunto bermellón. Teníamos a Luis Montiel, pero ahora en plano a Denis Hatzikadunic, el defensa central, también muy concentrado de cara a ese partido, como no, Tino Kadeguer, cada uno escuchando su música para concentrarse antes de este importante partido. Josep Gallá también, Leo Román, caras serias, caras de concentración y caras que tienen muchas ganas de sumar de tres y poder soñar. Amat, Clement Grenier,
Amat Ndiaye, Clement Grenier.
Y siguen bajando algunos jugadores. Ahí tenemos al guardameta, a Dominic Graves, acompañado por Martin Valiant, que está muy cerca de cumplir
Dominic Graves and Martin Valiant, who is very close to his 100th cap in First Division.
Y también en imagen estamos viendo a Benjamín Garay, defensa central.
Benjamin Garay, defender from the youth team as well.
Mafeo, al que cuando pone la moto por la derecha no hay quien lo frene, que hoy podría ser de la partida, y uno de los grandes hombres de este último tramo.
Then one of the biggest men of this last leg of La Liga, Kang In Lee, and a recovered Gio Gonzalez.
Muriqui, el pirata que tantas alegrías nos ha dado, hasta 13 goles ha llegado a marcar el pirata en lo que va de temporada, y dos delanteros, dos goleadores, Abdon Prat, acompañado por
two scorers there, Ángel Rodríguez and Abdon Prats. And now welcome Mallorca fans to the 35th leg of La Liga, in which Mallorca is going to face up to the Almería team. Because after this match today, there are only going to be 3 matches left to say goodbye to La Liga Santander. So I think we can go over to the Almería Stadium, in where our colleague Esteban is there already for us. Good afternoon to you. Yes, new haircut for this last leg of the league.
Está presente, tenemos miedo Charlie y yo de que nos empiece a caer un par de gotitas porque el tiempo está inestable, pero lo que sí sabemos es que alguien viene con los deberes hechos aquí.
A bit of unstable weather in the stadium, but we've definitely done our homework. And that is Mallorca team. We are now on the points that we have, as Javier Aguirre has said. Of course, we are going to, until Javier Aguirre calls it, we are still going to be cautious. So today's match is equally important as any other.
Ahí abajo bastante apretaditas, Victoria, tenemos tiempo para analizarlo, pero la verdad que la cosa allá abajo está bastante caliente, menos mal que el Mallorca está un poquito más arriba, pero hoy el Almería que tiene que salir aquí.
Yes, the lower section of the table at the moment is looking very, very close, very narrow.
Ahora estamos viendo, a la vez que te estamos viendo a ti, Esteban, imágenes del vestuario del Mallorca, y justo acabamos de ver a 4 camisetas.
So we are looking at the changing rooms right now, and there are 4 shirts that belong to youth players. Garay, Marcos Fernandez, Montiel, and they all could be on the starting lineup. Javier Aguirre was asked what the likelihood of that was, and he said that all 4 of them are extremely well prepared. So we wonder whether that we're going to get a surprise, or whether these youth players will be saved until further ahead. So we do have some secrets for you. We will be revealing them very shortly. but there are definitely novelties.
Y arrancan de inicio, pero sí que es verdad que para este tramo final, ¿no? Javier Aguirre, pues seguramente a los jugadores que ha ido llevándose a las diferentes expediciones, pues la verdad que...
However, for these last matches, we hope that some of the players that Javier Aguirre has been bringing to these matches could have their minutes of protagonism on the pitch. However, we know that today is going to be a very complicated match.
Y sobre todo, pues el equipo de Rubí que necesita una victoria, para respirar un poquito. No sería certificar su permanencia matemática, pero sí que sería un poco parecida a la nuestra de hace nuestra victoria de hace un par de semanas, ¿no? Que nos hizo respirar un poco más tranquilos. Veremos, veremos cómo será el partido y veremos si Javier Aguirre pues ha hecho muchos cambios para este 11.
Mira, Esteban, yo creo que ahora ya la
There's
gente ya tiene
definitely changes
demasiadas ganas
have
de
been
saber
made
ese
in this
11.
lineup.
Tú me dices que ya tienes la información y yo creo que ya es hora de desvelarle a todos los seguidores del Play Red Live a esta hora de la tarde, cuando son las 5:36.
So
Desvélame, Esteban, Niño, con qué
9:36
sale Javier Aguirre.
now. So Esteban, go on then, reveal all. Tell us who is the starting lineup. Well, I have memorized it, but I'm going to take my phone just to check and make sure I don't make any mistakes. So, Mallorca today will bring on in their starting lineup Pedro Rajkovic will be the goalkeeper. Antonio Sanchez on the right wing, Pablo Maffeo on the left wing. Central defence today is for Martin Valgent, Denis Hadžigalunić and Kobede. Midfield today, Baba and Dani Rodriguez. And then striking today for Mallorca, Kang In Lee and Mathin Diaye, and our top goal scorer, Vedat Murici.
Bueno, Esteban, vemos que Javier Aguirre ha apostado por el 11 más similar al habitual. Es verdad que hay que recordar que tiene hasta 6 bajas, que si quieres es un buen momento para recordarlas, para que la gente sea consciente. Una baja de última hora fue Morlanes, que seguramente en unos instantes tendremos el placer de saludarle y hablar con él. Jaume Costa tampoco puede estar. Antonio Raillo...
So we do have some absences today, such as Augustinsson, Antonio Raillo, Galarreta, and Jaume Costa. There are up to 6 absences today in the team. Some are due to more serious injuries, some are more muscular.
La principal novedad, por decirlo así, es que ese centro del campo será comandado hoy por Dani Rodríguez y Baba, que en los últimos partidos había estado la dupla de Galarreta y Morlanes.
But it is true that we had grown accustomed recently to seeing that duo of Galarreta and Morlanes in midfield. However, we will be bringing the starting lineup for Almería very soon, and that is also going to be a very tough contender today. But yes, we will hopefully be bringing you as well some news on how Manu Morlanes is doing.
De titular, pero bueno, al final ha decidido darle un poquito más de descanso porque bueno, al final estamos en eso, ¿no? Así que bueno, veremos al final cómo se da, pero sí que sabemos que el equipo de Javier Aguirre es un 11 de muchas garantías.
También un hombre que veíamos bajando del autobús, Esteban, era Gio González, un hombre que lleva muchas jornadas.
We also saw Gio González coming off the bus, who has also been suffering from a knee injury. We know that he's gone through a rather progressive recovery. At the moment, it seems that he is on the bench. We don't know whether he will be brought on today.
En el partido ante la Almería, y lo decíamos hace unos instantes, hoy vamos a tener protagonista en esta previa, que ojalá no lo tuviéramos, porque ojalá estuviera allí con todos sus compañeros, pero bueno, el destino lo ha querido así, y creo que ya me escucha Manu Morlanes.
Hola, muy buenas, ¿se me escucha?
So we do actually have a live connection with Manu Morlanes now. So how are you? Yeah, I'm okay, thank you.
Porque como que el míster nos asustó un poco en sala de prensa diciendo, bueno, se ha dado un golpe en la lumbar, bueno, enorme, en plan que te habías hecho mucho hoy y que había sido un poco baja de
So it seemed that
Bueno, no, en el partido de
severe pain in your lower back
en la costilla alrededor del minuto 80
against Cadiz.
bien, pero fue la noche del...
And I spent a couple of days okay, but then from Sunday to Monday, I woke up with quite a severe amount of pain. It's the kind of area as well that's quite complicated because it hurts when I breathe in.
Fue ayer cuando, bueno, que era el día importante antes del partido para ver cómo estaba.
But of course, yesterday was the important day before the match to see how I was doing. And I just realized that I wouldn't be able to do it. You know, it was and it's one of those areas that is constantly annoying.
Ahora que lo mencionabas, sí que me acuerdo que te llevaste un golpe muy fuerte, que estuviste tendido sobre el terreno de juego.
So I do remember that you took a knock, that you were on the ground and you were changed by Javier Aguirre, and that at the end of the match, yes, you were actually massaging that area on your lower back. Yeah, exactly. So it's the same knock, and it's gradually got worse over a couple of days.
Que en lo personal, al margen de lo puramente deportivo, también era un partido que te apetecía jugar porque tú también estuviste cedido en el Almería la temporada 2021 y siempre es bonito volver donde las cosas te han ido bien o donde ha ido las cosas bien, ¿no?
Pues sí, como tú dices, es una pena que justo esta semana, además, bueno, guardo grandes amigos en el Almería.
Pues I do still have many friends in Almería where I used to play. So I'm really excited. But I would have loved to be there and to see everybody.
Mi bienestar, el poder intentar ayudar al equipo cuando esté bien y a ver si hay suerte y el equipo hoy saca un buen resultado y puedo estar.
But I'm really excited for the team to get a good result today, and hopefully I can be here giving all my support. So how do you see this match today? What do you expect from it? We know that Almería has everything to play for, whereas Mallorca have their permanence in First Division pretty much guaranteed. Well, we know that they have everything to play for, of course. And it's the kind of match that if they win, they are able to take a leap forward. So they're going to go on absolutely on fire from the first minute. And obviously we have to enjoy the match today because we're on the moment where we're practically saved now. We still have to give our all and come out with everything to play for, which is what the team has been doing all season, luckily. And if we judging by how we've performed throughout the league, I'm sure that the team is going to put on a great match.
Que sois los más asiduos en este tramo final de la liga en el centro del campo y la dupla en este caso en la sala de máquinas va a ser Baba, Dani Rodríguez por banda Sama Canguilía.
So today midfield is going to be Baba and Dani Rodríguez.
Bueno, me imagino que tú como entrenas con ellos no te acabo de sorprender en nada. No sé qué te parece este 11 que ha planteado el míster.
So what do you think of the starting lineup today? Well, I think it's a really aggressive one. It's very competitive. I know there are players on that lineup that maybe haven't played very much recently. But I think they are players who have played quite a lot throughout the whole season. But I think everybody is going to leave there all on the pitch today.
Que llevas en los partidos que habías jugado, que creo que son 8 partidos en total y 7 como titular, bueno, con el otro día ya serían 9 y me imagino que dentro de lo que has podido jugar y a medida que has ido integrándote en el equipo, debes estar orgulloso y contento de lo que has conseguido.
So as you get more and more integrated into the team, I'm sure you feel more a part of it and prouder.
bueno, poder
Yeah, I mean, it was my switch was quite abrupt in the sense that I went from barely playing at all to suddenly playing all the time.
a lo personal, que siempre he estado sufriendo más por el equipo. Al final también, ya sabéis, ¿no?, que dentro de mi contrato de cesión estaba esa cláusula en la que yo pasaba a pertenecer al Mallorca en caso de permanencia, por eso yo estaba deseando salvarnos.
So of course, I don't know, I guess you know this, but in my contract it was stipulated that if the team remains in first division, then I become part of the team and I become a permanent player in Mallorca, not just on loan. So of course I was more excited than most about the possibility of remaining in first division. So I'm just really happy and really excited about that.
De competir y de disfrutar.
Imagino que, bueno, es una pregunta que yo siempre hago cuando tengo una previa con algún jugador que no ha podido viajar.
So whenever I speak to a player in the pre-match coverage that hasn't been able to travel with the rest of the team, I always ask the same question. Do you prefer to watch a match, you know, obviously I know you prefer to experience it on the pitch, but nerve-wise? Oh, well, I prefer to be on the pitch because I think that's where you have the less amount of nerves. I think the most nerves you'd have in the stands because you're living it there in first person and the adrenaline and the noise is extreme. You know, if you watch it at home, obviously you're very, very nervous, but you know, you can have a pace around the kitchen. But so yeah, I think the worst place to watch it is in the stands. So the victory over Cadiz the other day, which gave us our mathematical guarantee of remaining in first division. Well, I asked Obede what a perfect day would be for him, and he said that for him the perfect day was the day that we beat Cadiz and remained in first division. Yeah, of course I agree because that's the kind of thing that makes us happy. Yeah, that day we managed to achieve our goals.
Porque la verdad que siempre ha estado de 10, no nos paramos de decirlo, pero era que los últimos partidos el campo ha estado a reventar. Creo que defendíais tanto vosotros en el terreno de juego como en la afición que estaba en pie prácticamente en los 10 últimos minutos, y la verdad que ha sido una auténtica gozada la comunión que ha habido entre afición y jugadores.
Well, and a lot of it has been said recently about the amazing connection that seems to be there between players and fans.
Bueno, y se han visto los resultados, que los resultados que hemos conseguido en casa han sido fundamentales para estar así de bien, y eso al final es gracias a ellos, gracias a la gente que ha estado ahí todos los partidos, haya ido mejor, haya ido peor, y creo que tiene que seguir así. A partir de aquí pues seguir creciendo, seguir dando pasos, pero siempre desde esa unión que se respira, ¿no?, y que se vive cuando estamos en el estadio.
I think the connection that we do have with the fans is palpable, and I think that their support has been the most important thing in helping us be where we are right now. And I just wish the team the best for today.
Y creo que podemos volver ya al Power Horse Stadium, porque como cada previa de partido, mi compañero Esteban...
So we can go back to the Power Horse Stadium because our colleague Esteban is with Tony Amor.
Estamos ya con Tony Amor, un entrenador del Mallorca, Tony.
So homework is done for the team. You've guaranteed you're remaining in first division. Yes, however, we will go on the same as all other matches. It's a solid team. It's a team that wants to win. And we've just got to give it our all in these last 4 matches. The team is playing really well, training really well. Obviously, we have some bad luck right now when it comes to injuries. But I'm sure they're going to do a great match and they're going to give it their all. So, of course, there have been complicated absences for the team right now. So we've got Antonio Sanchez and Maffeo defending on the wings. So I guess it was all about restructuring in the best way possible. Well, I guess we are playing with logic here. So everybody's in their natural positions except Antonio Sanchez. However, we do have our other wingers injured. Gio isn't ready to play 90 minutes yet. You know, that was the only other alternative we had. And Antonio's had some really good matches, such as against Vigo, against Barcelona, and we just trust him blindly. So they are, even though they are lower than us on the table, Almería is a team that have a lot of goals in their favor. Yes, it's going to be really hard. They're playing at home as well, so with the fan support, we're going to have to try going out and try and score quickly. And they're the kind of team that if they score first, they will definitely grow with the support from the fans in the stadium. We've got to do a really serious, really intense match. And what we don't want is that we stop competing now. We're going to compete until the end. We want to be remembered for how we played all year. And our objective is to walk away with the 3 points.
Hasta ahí las palabras de Tony Amor después de la entrevista de mi compañero Esteban Ramón. El equipo va a salir a competir. El equipo va a ir a por los 3 puntos y como pueden ver...
So there is the words of Tony Amor, Mallorca's assistant coach, with our colleague Esteban. The takeaway is clear. Today is no exception. Mallorca are going to go out all guns blazing to win the match.
A conectar con el Power Horse Stadium para que nuestro compañero Esteban nos siga desvelando novedades de este partidazo que arranca.
So we are going to go back to Power Horse Stadium in a couple of minutes after this very short break. See you then.
de la unión entre tecnología y confort que ofrecemos en nuestra renovada flota de aviones. Nos gustará verte pronto, muy pronto. En Europa, cada detalle cuenta.
Grupo Escribano. Somos especialistas en reformas y fachadas. Financia ahora el 100% y paga en 12 meses sin intereses. Para importes desde 200 euros hasta 200.000 euros. 0% TAE. Grupo Escribano.
Y ya estamos de vuelta en Play Red Live cuando
So we are back here in Play Red Live, 35 minutes before 6:30, which is when kickoff is going to be happening in this Powerhouse Stadium in Almería. Images of the players as Danny Rodriguez, Hansi Gadunic, Baba, Luis Montiel, all of the players, both the 11 starters and the bench players today, warming up right now. So Esteban, can you hear us? Yes, we are here. So the players are warming up on the pitch.
Lo decimos siempre, Victoria, pero me gusta repetirlo. Están enchufadísimos los jugadores. Ya lo ha dicho Antonio Mor, vamos a salir con todo y a por todas. Y eso es lo que va a hacer el Mallorca, intentarse llevar los 3 puntos de aquí ante un rival que también ha salido a calentar, la Unión Deportiva Almería, unos minutitos antes. Y se prevé en curvas en este partido. Así que nada, aquí a pie de campo para contarte lo que quieras y lo que necesites, porque hay mucha tela que cortar en esta previa, Victoria.
Mira, ahora tenemos la imagen, el foco, el zoom puesto sobre José Manuel Arias, más conocido como Copete, que está haciendo un temporadón, que el último partido se marcó.
Look, Copete on your screens right now, who has had an exceptional season. His last match was very, very impressive. And on the side of your screen there, you've got the stats of two players who, to be honest, look like brothers or twins.
Y desde ahí ya no los puedo mirar con otros ojos que no sean. Mira, ahora tenemos justamente, se cruzaban en plano los dos. Mira, tenemos Valiant y Copete, las estadísticas. 26 partidos para el eslovaco.
So if we look at the stats, there are 26 matches for the Slovakian and 24 for the Seville native. Successful passes, 945 for Valiant, 754 Copete. Battles, 124 for Valiant, 181 for Copete. Recoveries of the ball, 100 for Valiant, 98 for Copete. And deviations of the ball, 112 for Martin Valiant, 75 for Copete. So if we look at these stats, I know it's a lot to take in, but I love looking at numbers and stats, and it just goes to show the powerful two defenders that we have in the team.
Las 5 torres con 2 gemeliers, vamos, eso no podía acabar mal nunca, y la verdad que lo han demostrado los dos, partido tras partido, y la verdad que es una auténtica delicia ver a un Copete, que con la edad que tiene, con lo joven que es, por decirlo así, es que...
And it really is very exciting to see a player like Copete do so well.
En 100 batallas va a estar curtido de aquí poquito Martin Valiant, creo que lo vamos a ir desgranando también poco a poco, pero la verdad que son 2 centrales de...
And I think we will, of course, have a lot more to see from Martin Valiant in the future. We also have Denis Hatzikadunic, who since the get-go has received much praise from all of the technical team. Everybody's very impressed with him.
Veremos cómo lo hace junto a Copete y junto al bueno de Martin.
Volviendo al tema de Valiant y Copete, Esteban, yo esta semana tenía la oportunidad en el espacio de Twitter de tener como protagonista...
Well, on Twitter this week, I have had Copete in a chat, and I said, what is it like to play with a twin next to you? And he says, laughing, that he loves him very much, but that Martin Valiant talks a lot. He really does talk a lot, and he gives me a lot of pep talks. But, you know, I'm not going to change, and he's definitely going to keep talking. Well, I guess that's something you've just got to get on board with when you are a very young player and you're playing with a veteran and a legend such as Martin Valiant.
¿no? Partido tras partido, al igual que le ha hecho Copete. La afición del Mallorca quiere mucho a los dos. Yo creo que quiere mucho a las 5 torres, así que bueno, ya lo hemos visto con Javier Aguirre que las porterías a cero junto a Rajkovic pues son algo muy simbólico de este equipo y la verdad que bueno, que siga esto, que siga muchos partidos más y esperemos también que muchas temporadas. Cuando Victoria, decirte, no sé si Charlie después se podrá girar o no, pero se ve, acaban de entrar los primeros 4 mallorquinistas.
Well, now there is the first couple of Mallorca fans into the stadium. So we'll see if we've got any Korean fans in the stadium today. Yes, because you usually tell us if you've seen any Korean fans in the away stadiums, as well as telling us about the weather in the stadium. Yes, there they are now on our screens. So shirts there from different seasons of Real Mallorca.
A ver, Almería, Real Mallorca, que si te llevan los 3 puntos puedes soñar, tenemos licencia para soñar y si no, mira, un buen viaje que te habrás dado y mira, nada mal, Esteban, ¿no?
No, la verdad que en Almería se come bien, se come bien, hay buena comida, muy buen ambiente, la gente súper agradable y la verdad que sí, los aledaños. He de decirte que había visto alguna camiseta del Mallorca, no eran precisamente a esos 4, están cantando y animando ya los buenos aficionados.
So you can see the support there from those 4 Mallorca fans.
De momento, mis ojos no han llegado a verlos, así que bueno, esperaremos a ver si hay alguna sorpresa del final. Pero hay que decir que suelen ser muy puntuales los coreanos, así que no sé si hoy tendremos representación.
So at the moment, no Korean fans in the stadium, and they usually are on time, but we will inform you if there are any surprises later on. And there we go, this is one of our favourite moments of the pre-match coverage, when we see the players doing their pre-match group hug.
Creo que son momentos como muy bonitos y que han caracterizado mucho a este Real Mallorca a lo largo de esta temporada, esas diferentes piñas que van haciendo.
Sí, no, al final una previa no es una previa sin el comentario de Victoria y las piñas.
Yes, definitely a pre-match is not a pre-match for Mallorca without those lovely moments of camaraderie and teamwork.
Creo que coinciden todos los jugadores que han pasado por todos los espacios habidos y por haber de los medios de comunicación, del propio Real Club Deportivo Mallorca, pues todos han coincidido en eso, ¿no? Del buen hacer del equipo, de la gran familia que han formado, de la piña que son, y al final pues todos se les ve encantados, ¿no? Con esa sonrisita, esas ganas de venir a entrenar, de trabajar y sobre todo de conseguir los puntos.
And you can definitely tell how much they do appreciate each other and how happy they all are to be playing with each other.
Ahora creo que habrá otra antes de esos últimos ejercicios de calentamiento y luego también antes de salir al terreno de juego, así que al final son muchas peñas que han hecho que el equipo esté donde esté.
Eso es cierto, tampoco nos quedan tantas por ver si lo piensas, porque una vez finalice esta jornada solo quedarán 3 partidos, serán 2 en el Estadio Mallorca.
Yes, after the match today there are only going to be 3 matches left. There will be 1 match in Camp Nou and 2 matches at home.
Para decir Power Horse Stadium, pero Estadio Juegos de los Mediterráneos también era mucho más sencillo. Mira, si te parece, Esteban, ahora voy a aprovechar para que nuestros seguidores del Play Red Live que están compartiendo esta tarde de sábado con nosotros vayan a
Going to allow our Play Red Live viewers to have a sneak peek of the match that we had against Almería in the first round of La Liga. There was Pablo Maffeo's goal there over the Almería defence. Minute 24 of the match to put Mallorca in the lead.
Al igual que lo hizo la jornada pasada también frente al Cádiz, fue Pablo Maffeo, nacido en Barcelona, carrilero derecho del Real Mallorca, que puso ese gol. Ahí vemos a
Yes, the Barcelona-born player there put the team ahead. Clement Grenier, who received the ball there, passed it over to Marici, who unfortunately missed on that occasion, sent it over the crossbar. Maffeo there on the right wing, over to Marici, who passed it back. to Jaume Costa, who also shoots it over the crossbar. And once again, Pablo Maffeo managed to bring the ball out. And it's now the last minute of the match. However, there was a foul on Rajkovic. So that was the end of the match there, with the only goal being Pablo Maffeo's in the 24th minute.
Fue el que le dio los 3 puntos al Mallorca la jornada pasada frente al Cádiz, porque Pablo Maffeo, a pesar de su...
And Pablo Maffeo, once again, that goal scorer in that match against Almería, had his moment again against Cadiz in the last match, where he scored the winning goal that time as well, helped his team clinch the victory.
¿Y quién es el lateral derecho del Almería? Pues un viejo conocido de la afición bermellona, Alejandro Pozo, que estuvo una temporada militando en el conjunto bermellón. Ahí vemos ese duelo.
And if we have a look at these stats now, today we have a battle of the wingers. We've got Pablo Maffeo and Pozo. So 31 versus 26 matches. 2 goals for Pablo Maffeo, but 0 for Alejandro Pozo. 4 assists for Maffeo and 3 for Pozo. That's pretty balanced. Then the duels and battles, 327 versus 133. And recoveries this season, 139 and 117.
Del Real Mallorca. Bueno, Esteban, no sé qué te ha parecido esta última estadística que mencionábamos, ese cara a cara del bueno de Pablo Maffeo y Alejandro Pozo.
Yes, so we do know that Pablo Maffeo is one of our beloved players, and how he really does give his all in every single match. You know, we were saying how Antonio Sanchez, since he's been in that position, has his he pulls his calf muscles at the end of every match almost. But I think that is Pablo Maffeo's day to day. And Pozo in our club, of course, did an amazing performance, and we remember him very, very fondly. And he's also having a great season as the Almería right wing. However, looking at the players right now, doing those warm-up sprints with their technical coach, Paul Lorente, everybody does look particularly switched on today.
Pero hoy no sé qué le podemos decir, Victoria, porque yo creo que la cabeza todos la tienen en el partido de hoy,
And of course, normally we ask everybody about their idea of remaining in First Division and how they are feeling about the match in depending on that. But now, of course, we have to think of a new question to ask them. But yes, if you speak to the sporting director, Pablo Ortiz, then maybe a good question for today would be, what are you dreaming about achieving now or achieving next?
Como que no tenemos en cuenta a veces el tema lesiones, que es fundamental. Bueno, es verdad que ahora el Mallorca está bastante en cuadro, por decirlo así, pero hay que reconocer que ninguna de esas lesiones es de gravedad. No hemos tenido, toco madera porque no quiero ahora yo que me digan que soy gafe, pero es verdad que son contusiones, sobrecargas musculares.
But of course, it is true that we do have many absences in the team right now, and that all of them are quite unfortunate injuries.
En el partido ese del Betis de la temporada pasada, pero al margen de lo que ocurrió en ese partido del Betis, partido de vuelta, no hemos tenido otro percance. Así que bueno, toquemos madera, que todos acaben la temporada igual de favorable.
But let's touch wood for all of the players to end the season better than they are feeling right now. But yes, now we have seen some Korean fans in the stadium. There's always the Korean support there wherever we go.
está claro, ¿no? Y al final, estando en el sur, han querido aprovechar, han venido por Almería, han visto un poquito de mar y la verdad que qué mejor, ¿no? Que acabar la tarde del sábado viendo a Kang Lee haciendo de las suyas, las diabluras de Kang.
It's a great way to end your Saturday evening, even if you are traveling around Spain, than coming to watch a match and coming to watch somebody from your home country. But yes, Kang Lee ready to work his magic once again.
De la presencia de Amat en el 11, un Amat en Dialle que se lo ha ganado a pulso al fin y al cabo el estar ahí y sobre todo pues gozando de muy buenas oportunidades por parte de Javier Aguirre.
A lo mejor hoy puede volver a ser el día de Amat porque se le dan bastante bien los partidos.
And today could be Amat's day once again because he's pretty good at away matches.
Es verdad que siempre que sale nos deleita con grandes cosas, pero que fuera de casa lo vemos como brillar de otra manera, no sé.
And it does seem like he shines extra brightly when he's playing away.
Tiene cositas el bono de Amat en Dialle, lo decimos siempre y nada, veremos si tiene también esa magia en marcha. La verdad que últimamente está siendo un jugador.
We'll see if the magic is turned on today.
A los defensas rivales que les vuelve locos, ¿no? Haciendo sus desmarques a la espalda de Vedan Murici, un Vedan Murici que también se quiere reencontrar con el gol, ¿no? La última vez fue fuera de casa ante el Girona desde los 11 metros y a ver si puede ser pues nada, en alguna jugada, en algún centrito de estos laterales, el momento que veíamos ahora a Martín Valle y Jacopete hablando, los tenemos aquí justo, bueno, lo puedes ver en la imagen, ¿no?
And now at the moment we are watching Martin Valgent and Gobete having a chat. The grass, however, is in absolutely perfect conditions.
Totalmente. Yo a veces cuando estoy con James aquí en el Estadio Mallorca somos a pie de campo, que también está fabuloso, me dice James, qué ganas de salir a correr encima de este césped porque es espectacular.
Yo no sería tan bueno como James, pero bueno, algo haríamos, ¿eh?
Estamos viendo cómo están todos los jugadores. También veíamos un plano de Pablo Maffeo que se levantaba la pierna y a este chico no le queda ya nada.
We've also seen Pablo Maffeo there raising his leg on the pitch.
No, pero mira, Victoria, vamos al lío porque tenemos ya llegando a nuestra posición al director deportivo del Real Club Deportivo Mallorca, Pablo Ortiz. Pablo.
And we do have the sporting director here with us now, Pablo Ortiz. We know that Javier Aguirre has never said that he's going to relax until the season is fully over. Yes, but we can't forget that we owe the position that we're in right now to all the hard work that we put in previously. And of course, a victory today for Almería would put them in a better position on the table. Yes, of course, they have a lot more to play for right now. And I think every team is going to play to their strengths.
No sé si ya está tranquilo Pablo Ortiz o cómo está ahora mismo.
No, a ver, es cierto que el poder afirmar que estaremos un año más en primera división pues es el primer objetivo que buscamos y hoy pues sumar los 3 puntos. Hemos venido aquí a Almería a competir el partido.
We do know that we've come here today to win the match against Almería. Of course, there are still absences on the team. And at the end of the day, everybody is adding something to the team, bringing something to the team. Of course, I mean, we put on players who we think have the opportunity of doing a good performance. And whoever is on today, then today is their turn. Those are the words of Pablo Ortiz, sporting director.
Mis compañeros nos podrán recordar uno de los grandes goles que vivimos hace.
So we will be bringing you and reminding you of one of the biggest goals in the 2019-2020 season. Unforgettable, like all the goals scored by the player you're going to see on your screens in a couple of seconds. and we love to remember big moments and stats. So let's see if you remember this moment. An amazing goal there from Abdon Prats in the 88th minute to get the victory of that match in 2020 in Almería. Gave us that day 3 fundamental points that eventually then gave us that move up to first division. Just 2 minutes away at full time, he sent it into the back of the net. Of course, being 2020, there was nobody allowed in the stadium to watch the match.
Te iba a decir, Victoria, que no nos cansaremos nunca de ver de esa imagen, y yo creo que cada vez que nos la ponemos o cada vez que la hemos visto, cada vez que aparece por Twitter, por Instagram, por todo donde sale la grandísima chilena de Abdon Prats, pues...
Yes, and every time somebody reminds us of it, that goal by Abdon Prats, and we see it on social media, it does definitely make us feel a lot of things.
Estamos consiguiendo otra vez más la salvación, una temporada más en primera, y la verdad que es un orgullo, ¿no? Jugadores como Abdon Prats, que son tantos y tantos.
However, it really does remind us of where we've come from and make us all feel extremely proud.
Me da igual que sea chilena o no, Victoria, pero que entre el balón.
Eso es verdad que yo me he puesto bastante exquisita diciendo que a ver si salía Abdon y marcaba de chilena, y van a decir, esta que se cree, que encima que tiene que marcar, tiene que marcarlo de chilena. No, tampoco hace falta que sea de chilena. Pero es verdad que
yes, we don't need him to score quite so spectacularly today. However, if he scored, then we would still be very impressed and very happy and very grateful.
4 partidos, si tenemos en cuenta todavía que claro, los números han ido acrecentándose a medida que ha ido pasando los partidos, y claro, es que hay jugadores que llevan muchas temporadas ya defendiendo la camiseta del Real Mallorca. Es que Martin Valien llegó en agosto de 2018, o sea, en agosto hará 5 años que llegó Martin Valien a esta isla. Yo lo decía, le ha dado tiempo a ser padre, a aprender español.
And also, it is since Martin Valien arrived on the team and on the island, he has done so much here. He's made it his home. He's become a father. He's almost Mallorcan by now. And we know that he loves Lacao, the chocolate milk brand native to Mallorca.
La verdad que ya están haciendo estos últimos movimientos, ya se retiran los jugadores, lo comentamos, del Real Club Deportivo Mallorca, al túnel de vestuarios, el primero.
So the Mallorca players are exiting the pitch now after their warm-up.
Amigos, como siempre decimos, Clemen Grenier, Kangin Lee, Vedan Murici, Ángel Rodríguez y Abdon Prats haciendo los últimos tiros, los últimos lanzamientos, poniéndose a prueba, porque quieren tener la puntería finita para intentar conseguir llevarse los 3 puntos de aquí.
And everybody doing their last shots at the goal. Of course, everybody wanting to make sure that their aim today is picture perfect.
Es verdad que no se suele mojar el director deportivo del Mallorca, pero podemos soñar.
El que se ha mojado creo que ha sido Pol Lorente, que las personas las gafas se las ha
We do think that Pol Lorente just got sprayed by the sprinklers in the stadium. He took his glasses off there and wiped them a second.
Pero bueno, quizás después, cuando acabe el partido, si podemos sumar de 3, ya podremos hablar con más firmeza de otras cosas. Te dejo, Esteban, que vayas cogiendo posiciones. Vamos a ir unos instantes a publicidad, y cuando volvamos ya te quiero con la voz.
So we are going to go to a very short ad break, and when we come back, we're going to be ready to bring kickoff to you and hopefully call out many, many goals. So let's get into position and hopefully bring you the next victory for the team. See you then.
más de 10 millones de pasajeros a más de 50 destinos en todo el mundo. Disfruta de la unión entre tecnología y confort que ofrecemos en nuestra renovada flota de aviones. Nos gustará verte pronto, muy pronto. En Europa, cada detalle cuenta.
temps que ens ha tocat viure és la meva vida. I ara sé com la vull viure.
Aquí, ara i així.
Y ya estamos de vuelta en Play Red Live.
So we are back in Play Red Live. It is 6:24. Seeing Almeria's bench right now. Mallorca are going to take the right-hand side one. Just 6 minutes until kickoff now. Until Mallorca kicks off their 35th match of La Liga. Meaning that after this there are only 3 more left. And we are going to bring you now Almeria starting lineup. We've got Fernando in goal, Pozo and Centelles on wings, and Babic and Eli as central defence. Midfield is Melero, Samu and Robertoni. And striking for Almeria today, Embarba, Lázaro and Luis Suarez.
Y creo que a mi compañero Esteban le hemos dado tiempo ya de refrigerarse y de tomar.
And I think that we've given Esteban enough time for him to get into his commentating box and get comfy. Yes, we are here, ready to go.
En posición, ya tenemos aquí la camarita, todo preparado, las botellas de agua, todo apuntadito y con muchas ganas, con muchas ganas. En el momento que ya saltan al terreno de juego, pues algunos jugadores suplentes del Mallorca, precisamente son los jugadores del filial. Mientras tanto, muy buen ambiente en el Powerhouse Stadium.
Very good atmosphere in the Powerhouse Stadium.
Hemos dicho, ¿no?, que estaba casi todo vendido, por no decirlo todo.
pretty good turnout.
Es un partido muy importante para la Unión Deportiva Almería. Se juegan la vida, se juegan muchas cosas y el Mallorca pues se juega lo que decíamos, el estar ahí, el soñar, el seguir compitiendo y sobre todo pues acabar de la mejor forma posible y, como no, sumar los máximos puntos posibles para pues, el año que viene pues tener más dinerito, que no lo hemos dicho al final, pues es lo que tiene, cuanto más arriba quedas, pues mejor.
Also, of course, another incentive to end the season on a high is the money as well. Of course, it sounds shallow, but at the end of the day, it is an industry and it is a business. And the higher up we finish, the more money we will get from La Liga. Of course, the more money the club will generate. So Ángel Rodríguez has sat on the bench now. Abdon Prats is following suit.
Como sea, con la cabeza. Iba a decir, antes se decía en aquellos tiempos con la mano y en fuera de juego, pero hoy en día no puede ser ni con la mano ni en fuera de juego porque sale el VAR y te desmonta la fiesta en un momento.
Te la desmonta, cuando saltan ya, Victoria, saltan ya los protagonistas al terreno de juego, será del Cerro Grande.
And now the players are coming on to the pitch.
Y de negro, el Real Club Deportivo Mallorca de rojo y blanco.
Mallorca today playing in black. Almería playing in their main colors of red and white. So let's have a little listen to the fans in the Almería Stadium.
Es que se juegan la vida, lo hemos dicho en la previa, lo hemos dicho ahora mismo que la Almería necesita sumar de 3 para escaparse un poquito más de esa zona roja después de la victoria de ayer del Cádiz. Deja todo eso en un pañuelo.
Stadium, they know that they're playing for their survival and for their life here.
La semana pasada también fueron los bermellones que hoy visten de negro con esa victoria ante el Cádiz Club de Fútbol. El Mallorca, pues lo que decíamos, va a estar matemáticamente una temporada más en primera división, pero Javier Aguirre dice que esto no está.
So of course, as we know, Mallorca will mathematically spend another year in first division, but as Javier Aguirre says, we cannot get complacent.
Pite el inicio del partido, cumplirá 500 partidos oficiales como entrenador en España de equipos de la Liga Española. Lo tenemos en el plano, la estadística. Con el Osasuna 177, con el Atlético de Madrid 130.
We've got Javier Aguirre there and his stats as well. Very, very impressive. All the different amount of matches that he has coached with the different teams that he has managed in La Liga.
Pite el inicio del partido, eso significará que Aguirre ha llegado a los 500 partidos como entrenador de la Liga.
And today will be his 500th match as a coach in the Spanish La Liga, which is an impressive statistic to say the least.
Una vez más la permanencia del Real Club Deportivo Mallorca en primera división. Aplaude, el Powerhouse Stadium, lo hemos dicho, es un partido vital para la Unión Deportiva.
Applause in the Powerhouse Stadium, as we've been saying, a very important match today for the team, for the Almería team. Let's go through once again that team that Javier Aguirre has chosen today with Rajkovic in goal, Antonio Sanchez and Pablo Maffeo on the wings, Copete, Katsi Kadunic and Martin Valgin in central defence, midfield for Dani Rodríguez and Idrisu Baba, and striking for Amathine Diaye, Lee, and Vedat Marici, our number 7.
Estábamos ahí y va a ser el Almería que arranca ya el partido, empieza.
And Almería to have the first touch on the ball kickoff has begun.
Cuando vemos que el Mallorca ya se planta con esa buena línea de 5 con Antonio Sánchez por la derecha, Pablo Maffeo.
Mallorca already being strong in defence with that line of 5.
Cuando es el conjunto local que empezaba buscando ese pase hacia Robertone, ha tapado bien ahora Copete, del que hemos hablado mucho en la previa, esa pareja que hace con Martin Vallen, esos gemeliers del Real Club Deportivo Mallorca. Y los primeros minutos, como siempre, pues un poquito de tanteo, para ver cómo están todos. Cuando es la Unión Deportiva Almería Quien toma el control de este arranque de partido. Rodrigo Eli con Alejandro Pozo.
So Eli and Pozo in possession.
Para un Samu Costa que busca muy bien.
Pozo, the ex-Mallorca player.
Quien ocupa el lateral izquierdo. Ojo con esa que en barba buscaba de nuevo la incorporación de Centelles que puede probar el centro.
Then Deyes tries for a central pass. Hatzikadunic defends with his torso. Strong start from Almería.
Por ese costado izquierdo lo intentaba Alex Centelles con ese centro. Samu Costa hacia atrás con Eli.
Samu Costa and Eli.
Mallorca atrás, esperando recuperar, intentar salir.
Un Mallorca Esteban, perdón, completamente vestido de negro, que tengo que reconocer, pidiendo perdón a la primera equipación, que es mi favoritísima. De hecho, yo en honor a esa equipación negra me he puesto el polo negro y no me he puesto la camisa blanca.
Of course, very different to see Mallorca playing in black. I have changed my usual commentating outfit today, and I'm in my black Mallorca polo shirt. Luis Suarez keeps the ball and asks for a foul, and it's granted.
Había levantado mucho la pierna contra un Denis Hatzikadunic que no ha tenido miedo, caído con todo. Y hay que recordar, un Samu Costa que ya fue protagonista en ese Almería en la temporada que el Mallorca estuvo compitiendo en segunda división. También lo fue la temporada pasada en el ascenso a primera. Y esta, como no iba a ser de otra forma, pues también lo está siendo para Rubi, el mediocentro del Almería. Pablo Maffeo, que ganaba ese saque.
Pablo Maffeo there battling and manages to keep that ball from Predrag Rajkovic. Let's see who brings it down the pitch now. And Almería are trying to work their magic. Martin Valgent holds them off. Recovery of the ball by Mallorca now. Predrag Rajkovic makes a mistake. Almeria's number 23. And it's a throw-in for Mallorca.
Sí. A ver, es un partido en el que el Almería en su casa y con lo que se juegan quiere ser protagonista.
Of course, Almería are playing at home. They will want to be protagonists, of course. Mallorca, on the other hand, are going to try and take advantage of any opportunities. Kang In Lee is on his own now. He's inside the goal-scoring area, shoots, and into Fernando's hands. And that was Kang In Lee on his own in front of Fernando. However, that shot went straight into Fernando's grasp. However, first opportunity of the match goes to Kang In Lee. Yes, unfortunately, that last touch on the ball there was not as powerful as it should have been.
Pero es lo que tiene que hacer el Mallorca, buscar la cabecita del de siempre, de Murici.
I guess that can be a perfect lesson that in moments like this, we should always try and reach a Marie header.
En trabajo defensivo, Adrián en barba, el ex del Español. Será balón de nuevo para los Men in Black.
And Barba closes it off, but provokes that the ball goes back into Mallorca's possession.
Concentrado en estos primeros minutos, muy pendiente de sus jugadores. Yo creo que quiere analizar cualquier cosa que pueda haber que puede tanto mejorar como cambiar. Es la que eso, llevamos 5 minutos, pero en estos partidos que en los detalles está la diferencia, el entrenador de la Almería tendrá que estar muy atento.
Está con ganas de dar indicaciones. También está Javier Aguirre fuera del área técnica. El bueno de
Javier Aguirre and the Almería manager extremely focused at the moment.
En equipos españoles en la liga. Cuando será balón para el Mallorca. No le ha gustado la.
Ball goes over to Mallorca now.
Power Horse Stadium.
Powerhouse Stadium, not a fan of that refereeing decision.
Ahora estaba interrumpiendo, ¿no? El Mallorca que quería avanzar un par de metros. Los jugadores del Almería que les decían que tenía que ser más atrás esa. Pero vuelve a ser balón para el Mallorca cuando iba a decir Victoria que Dani Rodríguez es hoy quien luce el brazalete de capitán.
Antes te lo quería comentar porque me he fijado en Martín, pero claro.
And it is Dani Rodríguez today wearing the captain's armband.
No me equivoco porque es el tercero Martín y el segundo es Dani. Porque el primero es Raillo.
Yes. The first captain, of course, being Antonio Raillo. Second captain, Dani Rodríguez.
Es que tengo 5 capitanes. Repartimos los brazaletes el primer día de
Martin Canale recovers the ball. He had been grabbed there, so that is a yellow card for an Almería player. And very, very focused to recover the ball there. Mallorca managing to cause a lot of damage with these moments from Canale.
Por esa oportunidad que ha tenido en el minuto 4 y ahora de nuevo que se iba solo y Eli se ha visto obligado a hacer la falta, el estirón de la camiseta porque si no...
Eli there found himself completely obliged to make that foul.
Si no era roja, último hombre.
Bueno, aunque luego a veces esas jugadas...
Bueno, sí, hemos visto de todo tipo. Pero es que el estirón de la camiseta es espectacular,
Yes, if that had gone any further, that would have actually been a red card because of the proximity to the goal-scoring area and because of the pretty intense grab on the t-shirt.
No, y que te digo que Kangin Lee sorprende siempre. Quiere hacerlo de nuevo. El coreano que le puede pegar desde lejos, le pega a Kangin. La segunda jugada, cuidado que se la puede quedar la Unión Deportiva Almería. Bien, ahora de nuevo el coreano en trabajos defensivos. Está por todo este hombre, vaya final.
Kangin Lee helping out with the defense there.
De Kangin Lee,
Pero es verdad que a medida que han ido pasando los partidos y hemos encarado el tramo final, es cuando realmente lo hemos visto brillar. O sea, siempre ha brillado, pero podemos decir que más que nunca.
Más que nunca, más que nunca.
Yes, he's always been a standout player and somebody who shines. But as we've moved into the last era of La Liga, he really has stood out.
En este Real Club Deportivo Mallorca. Hacia arriba buscaba Antonio Sánchez, buscando de nuevo.
Heading the ball up, looking for Antonio Sanchez, looking for Vedat Marici.
No quiere problemas. Han pasado cositas antes en esa zona defensiva. Yo creo que no ha querido liarla. Raiko.
Lots of things going on in the defence area, of course, everybody being quite careful. Looking for Pablo Maffeo now, who combs it. Over to Kangin Lee. Head out to Dani Rodríguez. They're telling Marici to move in. Central pass over to Vedat Marici. But Babic goes in with a header to defend.
Tranquilidad del Mallorca en esta circulación de pelota. Kangin Lee se la pide Maffeo, se la pide Amat, la toca en cortito con Dani Rodríguez.
Maffeo and Amat asking for the ball. Dani Rodríguez gets a short touch on the ball.
Eli para evitar el problema cuando es Pablo Maffeo con Alejandro Pozo. Se ha llevado un golpe ahora.
Pablo Maffeo and Alejandro Pozo have a lot of work on their hands.
Suelen ser dos laterales derechos. Hoy Pablo Maffeo le ha tocado ese carril izquierdo y entonces el cara a cara más que nunca,
Es que se cuelan algunos audios, algunos aficionados que te deben rodear. Que hemos escuchado algún piropo ahora.
Yes, and sometimes we're hearing some compliments and also some insults through the microphone from fans that may be in the stadium. But no, actually, Esteban is saying that he's in a bubble here in his commentating box, so he doubts that it would actually be his acoustics. It's probably the cameraman Charlie, and the noise probably is coming from the stands themselves.
La Unión Deportiva Almería que lo intentaba en las botas de Melero corriendo, intentándole ganar a Martin Vallen. Ha despejado el eslovaco. La saque de banda. Para la Unión Deportiva Almería la pedía Samu Costa en el centro del campo. Centelles que se lo toma con calma, Encuentra finalmente a Adrián en barba. Duelo de dieces.
find Mbarba, and it's number 10 against number 10.
El jugador del Mallorca, quien sí lo hace era Robertone.
Robertone trying to defend.
Almería despeja bien Antonio. Y es el conjunto dirigido por Rubi, quien desde atrás lo intenta.
Antonio manages to send the ball away,
En la sala de máquinas.
but Almería are still in possession.
Conjunto local por la izquierda, en Barba metiéndose por dentro, encarando. Antonio a Baba, ojo el balón que le puede quedar a Melero, le podía pegar el 3, no, decide abrir.
We have to be careful now because Baba manages, but Pozo's in possession. Denis Hadzi-Kadunic defends the header. Dani Rodriguez. But Almería are putting the pressure on in this 11th minute right now. Martin Valgent manages to rebound. Almería putting the pressure on now. Mbarba goes to the ground. The referee says there's no foul. And there goes, and that's the first goal for Almería. They are now ahead 1-0. The kind of move where you don't expect anything to happen.
Sí, además cuando has cantado el gol estaba lloviendo la jugada unos instantes antes y no parecía que pudiera eso acabar en gol. Había muchos jugadores del Mallorca dentro del área pequeña.
No, it didn't seem that that move was going to end in a goal because it didn't seem like it was going anywhere. Javier Aguirre seems to be asking for it to be revised, whether it is handball. It rebounded off Martin Valgent, which gave them the assisting move.
Muy buen arranque de partido.
Es lo que te iba a decir, realmente es verdad que a lo mejor la posesión favorece más a la Almería, pero las ocasiones de mayor peligro las ha generado el Mallorca, hasta la llegada del gol, claro.
Yes, until that goal arrived, it seemed like the most dangerous moves were being produced by Mallorca.
Cuando es el conjunto vermellón, los Men in Black hoy.
It's Kangin Lee and Baba now working with Martin Valgent.
Aguirre junto a Paul y a Tony Amor revisaban el gol. A ver si había fuera de juego porque
we can see Javier Aguirre, Paul and Tony Amor looking back at that goal there.
Técnica, táctica y médica, pues ahí estaban viendo el gol repetido.
Buena acción de Copete con Beda Murici, le queda a Maten Diaye, puede ser buena, marca, la toca con Beda Murici.
Maten Diaye, it could be good, passes over to Marici, but Alejandro Pozo is there, but that is offside from Maten Diaye.
Metiéndose hasta dentro, hasta la cocina, la pared con Beda Murici que ahora mismo le da el ok. Pero el Mallorca lo que tiene que hacer, tener paciencia, mover de lado a lado y encontrar a los hombres peligrosos, a Mat, a Murici, a Kang. Y lo va a intentar con esta presión larga. Antonio Sánchez que salía de
It's now long possession, Antonio Sanchez.
El 10 del Mallorca que no consigue quedársela, la recuperaba de nuevo el 10.
Mallorca's number 10 doesn't manage to hold on to the ball.
Pero Fernando y Rodrigo Eli que lo tenían controladísimo. Y vemos cómo el Mallorca está saltando a la presión ahora mismo para dificultar a la Unión Deportiva Almería que no consigue sacar el balón desde atrás. Copete que intentaba rechazar, ojo con esta.
Copete tries to defend. Ball with Robertone at the moment. And now Vedat Marici is running down the pitch with the ball. Kangin Lee is next to him. Vedat Marici gets knocked. The Almería player is insisting that nothing has happened. From where we can see, it looks like he has had a knock to the face.
Estamos viendo sí cómo se duele de ese golpe el kosovar. De hecho, vamos a ver ahora la imagen repetida en plano más cerrado. Sí, bueno, se ha llevado un buen sándwich entre uno y otro. Así le han como cerrado el paso y ha acabado recibiendo en la cara.
There was a bit of a sandwich kind of moment there, where he did end up with a knock to the face in the end.
No sé si lo están revisando esto, ¿eh?
Parece que sí, porque el árbitro se llevaba la mano a la oreja, pero no, ya está.
No, les está diciendo que no pueden pisar el área, pero claro. Ya está, todo controlado, ¿eh? Dice el Cerro Grande. Y arriba Fernando, que no quiere tonterías ahí atrás. Y José Manuel Arias Copete, que la ganaba. Pero cuidado que se rehace Luis Suárez.
Copete was winning the battle there. Hadžigadunić defending for Mallorca sends it to a corner. And that is the first free kick for the home team today. And the team has been in the lead since minute 12. And Barba, number 10. Kang and Dani Rodriguez working together. Lazaro got a shot on the ball there.
Será el segundo de forma consecutiva para la Unión Deportiva Almería en este minuto 17 y medio ya de la primera parte. De nuevo los dos brazos arriba.
We're now on minute 17 and a half in this first half.
Uy, qué bien Canguilí. Cuidado con esta, que es Canguilí que quiere
Good.
correr ante 1, 2, 3 jugadores por el otro costado. Llega Dani, llega Mal, la puede poner. Canguilí, sí, es para el senegalés, es para el 23, el control de pecho. Se le escapa.
Passes over to Amath.
Pablo Maffeo, el incansable, le pedían la
Pablo Maffeo is there to help.
Y es el Almería quien quiere volver a correr.
But the ball is intercepted by Almería, and it's now Suarez trying to go on the counter-attack. There is the foul. The referee asks for calm. And that is a huge shame because Kang In Lee had been doing very, very well.
No ha conseguido conectar finalmente con Pablo Maffeo.
La jugada era muy buena, pero finalmente...
Y la falta clara al final de Dani Rodríguez.
Unfortunately, it was a clear foul from Dani Rodriguez at the end. Applause from the fans in the stadium.
Es más, las ha tenido y muy claras. En Barba, que se choca con una de las torres, con Martín Valle, Antonio Sánchez, que se la quita de en medio.
Antonio Sánchez moves the ball from in the middle, but Almería is still going strong.
Eli más a la derecha con Alejandro Pozo.
Eli sends over to the right with Pozo. Short pass with Samu. Playing with Lazaro. Pozo manages to bring it back into the centre. Rajkovic trying to surprise the defence now. And there is a knock with Pablo Maffeo. And Eli there had to send the ball out because Vedat Marici was racing towards it. Centelles could go for a central pass here for Almería. Passes over to Bertone, defended by Antonio Sanchez. The ball is still in play, looking for Vedat Marici now. Amath, who wants to break away. Amath now playing with Kang In Lee. Vedat Marici is on the right side of the pitch, seeing if he can get a look in. Baba could shoot. Baba shoots and it's out. Very off target there from Baba. applause from Paul Lorente and Javier Aguirre.
Recordad que el otro día el gol de Pablo viene por primero un cabezazo de baba.
However, let's remember that Pablo Maffeo's goal the other day was born out of a header from Baba. And it's now Almería who want to play a foul from Denis Hatzikadunic. Luis Suarez is writhing on the ground right now.
Cada jugada, cada falta, también están jugando su partido desde las gradas porque saben que todo cuenta y que apoyar y llevar a volandas a tu equipo cuando está en una situación tan peligrosa, por decirlo de algún modo, es importante, pero bueno, de momento van por delante en el marcador, pero seguro que el Mallorca va a tener su oportunidad, ojalá que sea antes de marcharnos al túnel de vestuarios para poner las tablas en el marcador, porque realmente las ocasiones más peligrosas las ha generado el Mallorca.
But hopefully we do have another chance to do some damage, because at the moment the only dangerous moments of the match have been produced by the Mallorca team. That's the thing, at the moment the team just needs to believe in themselves a lot more. And Barba here from a free kick, shoots over the crossbar this time. Denis Hatzikadunic talking with the referee. We can also see Pablo Maffeo talking with the linesman. A quite common sight for our players to exchange opinions at the end of the day. And the referee just whistled a foul for Vedat Marici, who can't quite believe that he's just been fouled for that. Marici justifying his actions there because obviously he disagrees with this topic, but I do think that Vedat Marici has a lot of bad luck with fouls and yellow cards. Just because of his height and wingspan, of course he's going to take up so much more space than other players. There are many things where I don't think that are his fault. So Copete would like to fix his mistake there. Robertone though. I'm careful now with Almería players. The foul on Copete. And Pablo Maffeo is now complaining about Lázaro's actions. And the fan base now has got pretty desperate here in the Powerhouse Stadium. Pablo Maffeo still talking to the Almería player. And it is going to be Robertone who takes this quickly, playing with Costa. Pozo is in possession, ex-Mallorca player. Very strong ball from him. Back to Mallorca's possession now with Pablo Maffeo. More chats between Pablo Maffeo and the Almería players, so lots of conversation happening. We don't know whether we're watching a football match or maybe first dates. But now we've got what we wanted, proper football. Pablo Maffeo in possession. He's got 3 players on him right now. Foul in the end, whistled for Vedat Marici, and that does kind of prove your point, Victoria, in the sense that he does get a lot of fouls whistled against him. In the sense that he just had 3 players on him. But it is going to be a free for Mallorca now. And Martin Valjean there looking for Vedat Marici. But Fernando moves out to save that. Now Almeria on the counter-attack. Number 10 controlling the ball there. He can be fouled, but Martin Valjean reads the actions very well. Melero is on the ground. Several players on the ground. One is Melero, one is Antonio Sanchez, and the other one is Mbarba. So things are definitely heating up here in the stadium. Antonio Sanchez is indicating that he has hurt his shoulder. And that doesn't look particularly good. Seems to be a left shoulder injury. We know that he has had shoulder problems in the past. So of course we can read that as if as though things are not completely all right because of his gesture of immediately placing his hand on his shoulder. And I'm not sure whether he will be able to continue. We can see Gio Gonzalez already warming up on the sidelines. And should Antonio Sanchez have to come off, the most logical change would be for Gio Gonzalez. And I think, of course, this is always a scary moment for a player when you feel pain somewhere you've had a previous injury. It's definitely not a pleasant thing. However, Martin Valjean making some gestures there to Vedat Marici as if to say, what a shame, because we really were close there to doing something. Antonio Sanchez recovered now, playing with number 10. This face there of a determined player wanting to continue, leaving everything on the pitch for his team. Martin Valjean looking for Antonio Sanchez on the right-hand side. And Martin Diaye, but Babic stops him there. Very confident, because Martin Diaye was definitely going to try and do some damage. Antonio Sanchez gets the ball rolling. The referee tells Antonio Sanchez to move backwards. We wait for Martin Valjean to take the free kick. Scoring area, so of course things can happen. Martin Valjean takes the kick. Kang In Lee moves up. Magic from Kang In Lee once again on the side, and it's a corner. That's the first corner of the match for Real Mallorca. It had to arrive from Kang In Lee. Talent. So Javier Aguirre's team will try and score from a free kick. Let's hope that this moment can bring us the opportunity to call out a goal for Mallorca. Central pass from Kang In Lee. Falls to Dani Rodriguez. Rebounded by Almería first. But over to Baba. Over to Antonio Sanchez. Back to Rajkovic. And back to the start for Mallorca. Because it is true that Almería had managed to defend that very, very well. Pablo Maffeo working to keep the ball in our possession. Copete steals from Almería now. It has gone back to them. Dani Rodriguez and Antonio Sanchez in possession. Followed by Kang In Lee. Antonio Sanchez provokes another corner for Mallorca. This is what we like to see. Yes, Mallorca definitely looking for that equaliser, and hopefully it can arrive before we go into half time. Free kick now, strategic game from Kang In Lee and Vedat Marici into Fernando's hands. Asks for his teammates to remain calm. Good central pass from Kang In Lee, but perhaps it went too far. Allowing Fernando to move out and capture that ball without any problems. Opening up to the right with Pozo. Robertone and Samu in possession. Luis Suarez on the right hand side. Calm, slow burner attack from Almería now. Left winger looking for Robertone on the inside. Over to Samu on the right and Pozo. Almería find the gap through the middle. Pablo Maffeo defends. And it's a corner for Almería. Third corner of this first half for the Almería team. Embarba is looking for the ball. Central pass, but Martin Valgent defends. Centelles shoots, Baba rejects, rebounds, and it's still in Almería's possession. Pass back to Pozo, but Kang In Lee is working there, asking for his colleagues to move up, and it's Vedat Marici who is also putting the pressure on the top of the pitch. The ball moves from left to right with Alejandro Pozo, playing with Robertone on the right hand side. Melero takes the ball. Back to Samu. Almería trying a bit of everything right now, trying to up the intensity. Shoots, but goes straight into Rajkovic's possession. We're now on the last part of this first half, just 11 minutes left.
Y que el Mallorca, a pesar de haber tenido las oportunidades más claras, no se ha podido poner por delante ni por el momento empatar el partido. Y vamos a tener que esperar a ver si antes de terminar la primera parte faltan 11 minutos más el añadido si los de Javier Aguirre.
So of course it is true that the Almería team now have tried to equalize and balance out the possession. They're also they seem to be much calmer than before. Let's hope that Javier Aguirre's halftime pep talk can provoke a change in the rhythm of the team in the second half.
Permanencia, pero bueno, queda muchísimo partido. El Mallorca nos ha demostrado que es capaz de armar cualquier remontada. Lo hemos vivido incluso en dos ocasiones fuera de casa a domicilio este año, porque no.
However, we know that Mallorca are experts in coming back from behind. Marici combs the ball and out it goes. It was also offside.
pedía al pecho Vedan Murici después de esa buena combinación larga del Real Club Deportivo Mallorca.
After that long possession from Mallorca, and now starting to find gaps to work through. Difficult to do when Almería keep moving from one side of the pitch to the other. However, it seems that Mallorca need to have a bit more precision when they're striking. Ball from Fernando. Recovery by Almería. Quick opening for Sendeyes. And it's the left winger, Antonio Sanchez, who gets in there. He does shoot, but it is rebounded straight away by the defense. And it's Mbarba now. For Lázaro in the middle of the goal-scoring area. Also asked for the ball, but it's still Lázaro in possession. Over to Babic, but out it goes. Defended by Denis Hadzikadunic, and that is another corner for Almería. So there they go. They had been patient, playing from side to side. And now it's paid off because they do have their corner. We're going to now try and score from a free kick. And it will be Robertone, number 5, who raises both hands. Second post. Melero is in the goal-scoring area. The ball is on the ground. And there's a foul on Dani Rodriguez. It was very dangerous because that was definitely going in very powerfully. Ball goes back to Rajkovic today in sky blue. Puts the ball back in motion.
Ha tenido todas las titularidades en esta temporada en la liga, así que 11 porterías a 0 son las que lleva a sus espaldas el portero serbio.
11 times this season he has not conceded a single goal. Vedat Murici and Paulo Maffeo annoyed at not managing to keep hold of the ball. Dani Rodriguez and Kang In Lee playing in possession. Antonio Sanchez asked for a long ball. Short pass to Denis Hadzikadunic, who moves forward with Dani Rodriguez, waiting for Kang In Lee to join. Idris Ubawa was asking for the ball there to just edge it into the goal. Change of direction now from Idris Ubawa. Paulo Maffeo pushes it very softly off his chest. Robertone tries to keep the ball, but it's Mallorca still in possession. They're going to try on the left-hand side now. Kang In Lee getting in there. Copete is absolutely all over the pitch right now, but in the end the ball stays in Almeria's possession.
El conjunto mallorquinista. Las botas de Dani, de nuevo, el largo, el cambio de orientación perfecto para Kang, retando a Pozo, Kang.
Change of direction for Kang In Lee now. Kang In Lee looking. Kang In Lee goes down. He's asking for a penalty. The ball is still in Mallorca's possession.
Sí, le habían agarrado, le habían hecho el abrazo del oso que dice nuestro compañero Dani Barjakova y el agarrón es bastante claro, lo que me extraña. Sí, ahora estamos viendo el gesto que hace así Muriqui de que lo han cogido, es clarísimo.
Murici making a gesture to the referee to indicate how clear it was that he had been grabbed. But we can imagine that instead of the consequences, that the ball instead is back in motion, but Marish is trying to achieve the ball on the inside. Almería obviously wanting to run with the ball. Mbarva and Lázaro. Martin Valgent manages to cover them. Very good, Martin Valgent now changing direction. Mbarva has time enough to shoot. And that is the second goal for Almería. Lázaro just scored after a defensive misadjustment. Nobody came out to cover or to mark Mbarva. So impossible to save there for Predrag Rajkovic, who of course is annoyed and frustrated after that. And of course we can imagine that that possible penalty for Marishi has never been watched back and revised on VAR. But here we are, 2-0 on the scoreboard, double from Lázaro. However, impeccable shot from Lázaro, who of course decides to celebrate with his team. And Mallorca, of course, will now have to battle. They will have to fight against this 2-0. I'm sure we can all expect an intense pep talk in the rooms.
Y también he visto que Dani, que hoy lleva el brazalete de capitán, ha aprovechado para hablar con del cerro grande.
Se lo estaba diciendo, ahora también ve a Murici, ¿no? Cómo la habían agarrado.
Eso es incomprensible.
But Marishi trying to explain to the referees how he was grabbed.
La ha visto muy de cerca del cerro grande y por eso yo creo que no. Uy, esta entrada ahora. Entrada muy dura ahora de Luis Suárez sobre Veda Murici.
A really bad tackle now from Luis Suarez on Vedat Marishi.
Ahora Javier Aguirre que le está diciendo de todo al líder y al cuarto árbitro.
Javier Aguirre now having some words with the linesman and the referee. We can imagine that they're not particularly positive words. However, we've got to empathise with Marishi, who really is going through the mill here.
Con las dos piernas y se lo lleva de lleno, sobre todo. Ahora estamos viendo cómo habla con el árbitro y el bueno de Veda Muriqui le ha dado una palmadita a la espalda al colegiado como no pasa nada, pero bueno, llega un momento, estamos viendo ahora cómo está desesperado ya Aguirre.
Marishi has given a pat on the back to the referee almost to indicate that all is fine. Ball to Mallorca now, ball to Idris Ubaba. And Mallorca, of course, desperate to score themselves before going into half-time. After Lázaro's 2 goals in minute 12 and minute 41. Javier Aguirre very annoyed, but it does look like he's very annoyed at what's happening to Vedat on the pitch. Martin Valgent fouled now.
Qué pena. Estaba Martín intentando cazarlo.
Cuando el árbitro va a sacar el cartelón, Fernando que le dice a los suyos que se.
The referee is going to bring out the card now.
No quiere tonterías antes del descanso. 1 minuto de tiempo añadido. Llegaremos hasta el 46. Este Almería de momento.
We are going to reach minute 46 as there's been 1 minute of extra time added.
la ponga en movimiento, le pida a los suyos que se muevan, va para Vedat, devuelven a...
Over to Vedat Marici.
Diremos. Será Pablo Maffeo de nuevo. Por el carril derecho está solo Antonio Sánchez.
Pablo Maffeo once again.
El balón hacia ahí. Veremos si le llega el balón a él. Pablo Maffeo con Kangin Lee. Entre 1, 2, 3 jugadores.
Kangin Lee now.
Que el árbitro dice que no pasa nada. Denis Hadžikadunić es quien controla el balón. Estamos a punto de llegar.
Denis Hadžikadunić now controlling the ball.
Martin Valle con Copete. Copete que puede lanzar, le da en el pecho a Lázaro que se cae solo en el momento que el árbitro pita el final de la primera parte. Victoria gana la Unión.
And there is the whistle to indicate half time. Of course, a bit of a bitter moment to end on with that 2-0 score. Javier Aguirre glaring at somebody, we're not entirely sure who there, before he retreats into the changing rooms. So yes, we will be back with you very soon for that second half, where we hope Mallorca can react and perhaps change things around on the scoreboard in this match here. At the moment, 2-0 down Almeria. See you in a couple of minutes.
Grupo Escribano. Somos especialistas en reformas y fachadas. Financia ahora el 100% y paga en 12 meses sin intereses. Para importes desde 200 euros hasta 200.000 euros. 0% TAE. Grupo Escribano.
Bienvenido a bordo. Déjate llevar por la compañía española con la que vuelan cada año más de 10 millones de pasajeros a más de 50 destinos en todo el mundo. Disfruta de la unión entre tecnología y confort que ofrecemos en nuestra renovada flota de aviones. Nos
Grupo Escribano. Somos especialistas en reformas y fachadas. Financia ahora el 100% y paga en 12 meses sin intereses. Para importes desde 200 euros hasta 200.000 euros. 0% TAE. Grupo Escribano.
Bienvenido a bordo. Déjate llevar por la compañía española con la que vuelan cada año más de 10 millones de pasajeros a más de 50 destinos en todo el mundo. Disfruta de la unión entre tecnología y confort que ofrecemos en nuestra renovada flota de aviones. Nos gustará verte pronto, muy pronto. En Europa, cada detalle cuenta.
El temps que ens ha tocat viure és la meva vida. I ara sé com la vull viure.
Aquí, ara i així.
Y ya estamos de vuelta en Play Red Live.
And we are back in Play Red Live in the Powerhouse Stadium. Live images of Ángel Rodríguez warming up before that second half kicks off. We can see Benjamin Garay, Luis Montiel, youth players who could today have their first minutes with the first team. At the moment, let's remind ourselves that we are currently 2-0 down. But plenty of time to turn the result around.
Ha bebido un poco de agua, ha vuelto a recuperar el pulso después de esta primera parte, por decirlo de alguna manera, y ya está preparado para este segundo tiempo, que no sé qué esperas en este segundo tiempo.
We've got Esteban here who, what do you expect from this second half? You've had some time to recover and recompose now.
De momento no veo que nadie nadie esté calentando más fuerte de lo habitual, ¿no? Esto siempre lo hace.
Well, it seems like nobody is warming up more intensely than usual.
Antes de que arranque la segunda parte, yo imagino que habrá movimiento, yo imagino que habrá cambios, teniendo hombres como Tino Cadewere, como Clement Grenier, como Abdon Prats, como Ángel Rodríguez y los ya nombrados, jugadores del filial, pues que también están preparados para combatir.
Of course, lots of very strong players on the bench.
Esperamos cambios todos. No sé si la línea de cuatro.
We are all expecting some changes. We don't know whether it will be the line of 4 in defense that will be changed.
Ese último pase, ese remate que pueda ser un poco más la diferencia, porque al final los dos goles de la Unión Deportiva Almería han llegado de dos zarpazos, ¿no? Por decirlo de alguna manera, de Lázaro, la primera.
At the end of the day, those 2 goals for Almería arrived unexpectedly.
Dani Rodríguez que no ha podido despejar y al final pues son cosas que pasan. Después de la primera parte de lucha, lucha y lucha, lo decimos siempre, lo hemos dicho creo que ya en esta recta final de temporada, que es lo que tenía que hacer el Mallorca y lo está haciendo, pero es que a Vedat Muriqi se lo están comiendo con patatas, pero no en el sentido de...
At the moment, it is true that Vedat Muriqi is definitely being attacked left, right and centre.
Pues está siendo un poco más tranquilo, ya se ha quejado Javier Aguirre, se ha quejado todo el banquillo del...
Javier Aguirre has complained about this action from the referee.
¿Cuáles son las armas? ¿Cómo puede hacer la diferencia el Mallorca? Pero lo que sí sabemos es que el Mallorca...
So we'll see how Mallorca can try and make a difference.
Bien has dicho, ya lo ha hecho en algunas ocasiones. Recuerdo todavía el día de Valladolid, ¿no? Esa remontada frenética del conjunto vermelho.
Let's remember the day in Valladolid, of course. That was an impressive remount.
Vamos a ver si Muriqi sigue en el terreno de juego, porque llega un momento también, Esteban, que yo creo que desespera tanto al jugador como al cuerpo técnico ver que te hagan el marcaje, que hagan la falta, que te anulen de cualquier manera, nunca sea a favor. Porque llega un momento que incluso en la última entrada que le hace, que le barre el jugador de la Almería, ni eso ha sido punible. Llega un momento que dices, no revisas el penalti cuando le estaba abrazando de todas.
And of course, there is moments with the referee where you think, now I wish somebody from VAR did intervene and tell you that you need to be more severe with your decisions, because there have been some actions against Vedat Muriqi that have definitely been punishable. Well, I know the referees, of course, will know by now that Mallorca are ruthless on their attack. And I think the feeling that everybody goes away with is that he is being attacked left, right and centre, and nothing seems to be happening, nothing seems to be warranting that yellow card moment. Yes, we've definitely seen penalties whistled this season for a lot less than that.
Pero claro, al final pues los árbitros son los que interpretan, ha debido pensar que no ha sido tan heavy como parecía, pero es que al final Vedat Muriqi se estaba intentando posicionar para rematar ese balón, pero no ha podido porque Babic le ha agarrado. Entonces, son cosas que pasan en el fútbol, lo hemos dicho, ha habido ocasiones y faltitas por ahí que se quejaban y no las ha pitado, pero bueno. Es lo que tiene, del Cerro Grande, que tiene ganas de dejar jugar, así que veremos esta segunda parte. Volverá a ser clave Kang In Lee, que ha vuelto a tener una primera.
So Kang In Lee will be a key figure in this second half once again.
Y por sus botas han pasado las jugadas de mayor peligro del conjunto bermellón. También estaré muy pendiente, y tú también me imagino, Esteban, a ver si Antonio Sánchez continúa en esta segunda parte, porque no me...
We will also be keeping an eye out for whether Antonio Sanchez will still be on the lineup for this second half, not only because of his shoulder, but also because perhaps there will be some eagerness to see how Gio González is doing.
El propio Gio, que esté fresco y que lo intente por ese costado, porque Pozo es verdad que está haciendo una muy buena primera parte. En el momento que ha salido ya la Unión Deportiva Almería al terreno de juego, también lo está haciendo ahora el Mallorca. Primero Martin Vallen, después Kang In Lee, así todos los mismos 11.
So Martin Vallen and Kang In Lee are also now on the grass. So no changes on Mallorca's ranks for this second half.
También estamos viendo ahora en la señal televisiva que le habían puesto como una especie de pancarta o unas letras coreanas estaban enseñando, pero claro, yo no sé si ponía algo de Kangin o no.
So we did see a Korean sign.
Estaban pinchando, Esteban, el posible penalti que ni se ha revisado, parece, ni... Sí, yo cada vez que lo veo más claro me parece, pero claro, es que tampoco yo soy árbitro, ni mucho menos tampoco lo querría ser, porque ya te digo que juegan un papel muy difícil. Pero
However, of course, we know how complicated and how difficult a referee's job is. I definitely wouldn't want to do that job and be the decision maker.
Yo te iba a decir que justo el otro día se hizo viral una imagen de Haaland, creo que era con un jugador del Everton, un central,
There were some viral images of a Everton player.
Psicológico también, vamos a llamarlo gamberro de los jugadores, pues puede hacer hace mella.
And it's display, and it's been spoken about a lot this week on Twitter and social media, of how much the psychological aspects can come into play in matches like this. And there we go, Mallorca are now in possession. That is kickoff of the second half. Let's see what happens. Foul on Kangin Lee.
Puede ser muy peligrosa, hemos dicho que el Mallorca tenía que empezar enchufado y lo puede intentar a balón parado, lo hará en las botas de Kangin Lee, el coreano.
And here comes the first free kick of the second half, and it's for Mallorca. Kangin Lee is going to be the one to take it. All the big names and the big strikers move up the pitch to help.
Un parador de Ledesma, pero que después Pablo Maffeo consiguió marcar. Kangin Lee con la zurdita, buen balón de Kangin, mete la pierna.
Very good ball from Kangin Lee there.
Estaban agarrando de nuevo a Vedat Murici.
Vedat Murici once again being grabbed there.
Esta segunda parte para el Real Club Deportivo Mallorca.
First opportunity from the second half for Real Mallorca.
Dirigido por Javier Aguirre, será Kangin Lee que mima la pelota, que levanta el brazo derecho.
Kangin Lee raises his right hand. He knows that he needs to do some damage here. Into Fernando's hands.
Está teniendo las suyas, Es verdad que no tampoco han sido de mucho peligro, pero hoy Martín tiene ganas, tiene ganas.
Se suma al ataque el bueno de
And Martin Vargent today is definitely looking to do some damage. Throw in for Mallorca now. Gio Gonzalez. Gio Gonzalez is now warming up, so what we thought was going to
las 12.781 gargantas de la Unión Deportiva Almería, alguna del Mallorca, en este partidazo de la jornada 35. Kangin Lee que se va, tira de magia, Kang, línea de fondo, sigue Kang, el pase atrás, no se entiende.
Kangin Lee.
Con Amat en Dialles, anticipaba el jugador de la Unión Deportiva Almería, parecía que había salido ese balón, el árbitro dice que no, pero en movimiento la pone el Mallorca, la falta que intentaba Dani Rodríguez porque Robertone busca a Lázaro que se planta solo ante
a foul.
Lázaro que le pega por encima.
Lázaro shoots, goes over the crossbar.
Copete que pedía el fuera de juego. Lázaro que ha tenido en sus botas, el tercero ha tenido en sus botas su particular hat-trick.
And Lázaro there nearly had, well, he did have his opportunity for a hat trick there. Everybody in the stadium, hands on their heads, on their feet. They thought that was the hat trick for their team.
Dani Rodríguez y Antonio Sánchez que le protestaban algo del Cerro Grande. No sé muy bien qué era, pero creo que son las...
Dani Rodríguez protesting against the referee there.
Quien arranca desde atrás. Copete con Denis. Denis adelante.
And it is Mallorca starting from the back.
Vedat Murici se anticipa bien. El capitán almeriense Babic, que rechaza y le queda Martin Valjen, completa Rajkovic. La presión ahora de Adrián en barba. De nuevo con Martin, sangre fría de los dos. Para sacar ese balón de nuevo, Vedat Murici, que le agarraban.
Vedat Murici now once again.
El gesto de que le estaban agarrando. Ahora la falta sobre Antonio Sánchez, el árbitro que no pita nada. Y Javier Aguirre está, yo creo que está flipando,
Sí. Sí, sí, ahora estaba viendo lo que tú nos mencionabas, ese gesto que hacía Javier Aguirre como de abrazo, y bueno, y es que llega un momento que ya...
And there is that gesture.
Por mucho
Es que si
que
Beda
te
Munichi
quejes.
tuviese que repartir camisetas en función de los agarrones,
No.
nos quedaríamos sin.
To show his frustration against refereeing decisions.
La Unión Deportiva Almería será para Centelles.
The ball goes to Almería now with Centelles. Melero asking for the ball.
Se le escapaba el control al bueno de Baba. Ojo que buscan de nuevo a Lázaro, pero Pedra Rajkovic está muy atento. El portero del Real Club
Pedra Rajkovic now extremely alert.
Y para intentar lanzar, buscando a Pablo Mafeo, se anticipa Pozo. A ver quién la baja, Skank. A este sí que no se le escapa. En cortito con Baba. Para Copete.
Short pass over to Baba, then Copete.
Bajaba a buscar ese balón, pero Copete ha dicho que con calma y con tranquilidad para Pedra Rajkovic. De nuevo lanzando, buscando a Pablo Mafeo.
Back to Rajkovic once again.
Todo fino. Pedra Rajkovic con el balón en los pies.
Pedra Rajkovic, ball on his feet.
Pases que nos tiene acostumbrados últimamente. Porque fino está siempre.
Maybe it's not his best day to day. Doesn't seem to be finding those excellent passes that we have become so accustomed to.
La va a batallar Antonio, no. Es Centelles quien la ganaba y Adrián en barra quien la baja, pero Dani Rodríguez quien la recupera. Le hacen falta. Dani Rodríguez.
Dani Rodríguez gets fouled.
La saca rápido. No, se ha llevado un buen golpe en la rodilla. Dani Rodríguez cogea un poquito el tigre de Betanzos.
And that is a pretty intense knock for Dani Rodríguez as well.
Hemos visto también, Esteban, que Tino Cadewere se ha unido a ese calentamiento con Gio González. Y ahora estábamos viendo
You can see Tino Cadewere and Gio González now
y al margen de este partido que ahora se está disputando y que estamos comentando,
warming up.
un Getafe Elche en el Coliseum.
At the moment, just to bring the news as well, that Getafe versus Elche is being played at the moment, but Kangali is in possession. Opens up for Copete, who can shoot. Hits a second post, but Mbarba is there to defend. Almería player on the ground. Foul for Dani Rodríguez.
Se está disputando también un Getafe Elche y hay empate en el Coliseum por 1-1. También un Getafe que necesita salir de esa zona, sí. Y un Elche que ya desgraciadamente ya está descendido.
Adrián en barba que se le alía a Antonio Sánchez. Llegaba tarde el 10. Le pide perdón a Adrián en barba. Y el árbitro que yo creo que no te gana.
Barba apologizes there.
Porque esta para Antonio era un poco...
Sí, era bastante clara.
And it seems like the referee today is very reluctant to bring out his yellow cards because that tackle there on Antonio Sanchez was a bit... in fact, even the player went around and apologized because you could see on his face that he knew that he'd gone too far.
Que se ha de hacer este tipo de faltas.
Y también Clement Grenier se ha sumado a los ejercicios de calentamiento. Se quejaba ahora Luis Suárez con ese salto con Martin Vallen. Idris Ubaba con la cabeza para que Antonio Sánchez con la cabeza también. Encuentra a Danis Hatzikadunic, 52,5.
Finds Dennis Hatzikadunic now. Minute 52, Mallorca clearly more.
Se le escapa Pozo. Perdón, es Robertone. Está por todo, Robertone también, oye.
Robertone, who is absolutely everywhere, sends it into Pedro Rajkovic's hands, who is looking for Amat Ndiaye. Ndiaye now number 20 of Almería. Finds Pozo.
Con Samu Costa. Combinando por dentro con Melero. El ex del Levante con el ex del Mallorca. Con Pozo que se mete por dentro, le seguía, le presionaba.
Pozo moves into the inside. Pablo Manfeo chasing him. Long possession now for Almería. Good actions from Antonio Sanchez. But back to the start for Real Mallorca, and Javier Aguirre and Antonio Amor are thinking very intently about what their next move is going to be.
en el cuerpo a la Unión Deportiva Almería.
A ver, es que todo pasa por marcar ese gol de la tensión o de meterse en el partido, y es verdad que ahora a esa conversación se ha unido Paul Lorente, precisamente han ido...
Of course, it's a very tense moment in the match. Paul Lorente has now joined the conversation, but Vedat Marishi over to Kang In Lee, who's on the left-hand side. Babic manages to defend with a header. And Almería could go on the counter-attack now.
Fernando que pida a los suyos que tienen el balón fuera, y creo que el Mallorca, Victoria, si no me equivoco, va a hacer triple cambio. Gio, sí. Clement y Tino Kadewere.
Sí, por el sprint que se han dado hasta llegar al banquillo, te diría yo que también sí, ya se están quitando esa sudadera los tres. De hecho, Clement Grenier ya lleva la camiseta puesta debajo de la sudadera, así que 3 cambios que nos vas a contar en unos instantes.
So it seems that we are going to be having 3 changes on Mallorca's ranks that you can tell us about shortly.
55 de partido, quedan apenas 5 segundos para que se llegue a ese minuto, y bueno, vemos como Babic sigue doliéndose de un golpe, parece.
Del hombro, ¿no?
Del hombro.
We can see how Babic is still complaining from a knock.
Es que yo decía, si nadie...
Sí.
Estamos viendo la imagen repetida, y yo creo que cuando cae cae sobre encima de su hombro. A él se hace más daño un jugador él mismo que cuando va al cuerpo.
And it seems like he has fallen onto his shoulder. And actually, sometimes it is true that players hurt themselves more with accidents on the pitch than when they are tackled by somebody else.
La última pieza, imagino que será Maten Diaye.
So it's going to be Tino Kadewere, Gio Gonzalez, and we can imagine. But it's going to be COPETE.
Denis y Martín. Al centro de la zaga, Pablo por la derecha, Pablo por la izquierda, Gio por la derecha.
So Gio Gonzalez takes the left wing. And then Clement Grenier and Idriss Ubaba in the middle. And Maten Diaye, Tino Kadewere, and Vedat Marishi striking.
Vamos a jugar, vamos a tenerla, porque nosotros sabemos muy bien cómo se hace. Gio González en su primera disputa.
So Gio Gonzalez now in possession, his first touch on the ball.
Adrián en barba y Tino Kadewere, que también toca la primera pelota con mucha calidad en esa recuperación.
Very high quality there in the recovery of that ball.
Con la camiseta del Real Club Deportivo Mallorca, Gio González.
Gio Gonzalez in possession, passes back to Martin Valgent. Slovakian player shoots right now in the captain's armband as Dani Rodriguez has exited the pitch.
Renqueante todavía, podremos decir, pues, el capitán de la Unión Deportiva Almería. Cuando Maten Diaye intentaba ese taconcito, no ha podido conectar con el balón.
Maten Diaye tries something that didn't quite work with the ball. Suarez on the ground, the Almería player. The referee saying there's no foul and indicates play to continue. We hadn't seen a line of 4 in defence for a very, very long time.
Para el conjunto de Aguirre, 2-0 por debajo a domicilio. Media horita.
Y lo que tiene que intentar encontrar es el lado a lado, ¿eh? Uy, la mano ahora de Pozo, el árbitro dice que no hay nada. El lado a lado, porque cuando el balón está a un costado, el contrario está completamente solo. En este caso era Maten Diaye, pero cuidado que la Almería sabe a lo que juega, sabe correr. Cuidado, Luis.
Almería know what they are doing. Got to be very careful now.
Acaba de marcar el tercero la Unión Deportiva Almería. Luis Suárez.
They scored their 3rd goal. It's Luis Suarez this time.
Y se la ha regalado a un Lázaro que hoy está de dulce.
In fact, no, Luis Suarez has been the assister on this goal. He ends up leaving the perfect pass for Lázaro, who gets his hat-trick today.
Marca el tercero.
So that is now 3-0 to Almería.
Se lamenta Kang, se lamenta Muri.
Hemos visto que Tino aprovechaba también para...
Kang In Lee and Marishi devastated.
Lo ha hecho muy bien Luis Suárez por esa banda derecha.
Very good actions from Luis Suarez. That much is clear. Rajkovic very annoyed.
Imparable también otra para Raiko. Bueno, queda media hora de partido. 3-0 gana la Unión Deportiva Almería.
So half an hour left now of the match.
Hay que ser optimistas siempre, ¿eh? No está todo dicho. El Mallorca que tendrá
Of course,
que
we must remain optimistic. It's not all set in stone yet.
Con Clement Grenier. Se pica
Tino Kadewere and Clement Grenier.
Bufandas arriba ahora en el Power Horse Stadium. Porque esta victoria para ellos es
Flags in the air in the Power Horse Stadium, because of course for the Almería fans this is a very, very, very important victory. Mallorca starting from the back with Denis Katzigadunic. Amathin Diaye allows the ball to bounce, and eventually it's Zendayes. Gio González moves in, and there's a foul.
Están calentando 3 jugadores de la Unión Deportiva Almería, ninguna del Real Club Deportivo Mallorca. Uno es Portillo. A ver si los consigo diferenciar. Porque antes te he dicho que mi vista era muy buena, pero tampoco tanto, ¿eh? Mientras tanto, la Almería. Otro es Arnau.
In the meantime, Almería.
Cuando es el conjunto local, el de Rubi, que lo decíamos, estaba con la flechita para arriba. En Barba, que se cae al suelo, pero sigue entre 1, 2, 3 jugadores y seguía Gio González con Tino Kadewere.
Gio González and Tino Kadewere still fighting for that ball.
Y el otro que me faltaba era Guaras. Guaras, Portillo y Arnau Puigmal son los jugadores que tiene calentando.
And we were missing Guaras and Portillo that are currently warming up for Almería. And just looking at those stats there, the referee has not yet given any yellow cards in this match, and he definitely has had occasions to do so.
Porque le intentaba de nuevo ganándole la partida a Denis Kadunic. Decías, Victoria.
Que digo que también eso marca mucho el partido y hasta dónde puede llegar a cada jugador su juego, o sea, hasta dónde.
And of course, the referee's decisions do definitely mark a match and allow each player to kind of see how far they're going to be able to go in each day. And in the case of our players, what is evident is that they can't go very far at all.
Que sí que es verdad que podrían haber habido alguna más. También hay que ser honestos y también, por ejemplo, la acción de Antonio Sánchez también podía haberla sacado, pero bueno, son cosas que pasan. Y el Mallorca, ¿qué quiere? ¿Quiere qué? Pues intentar recortar distancia. Gio González con la moto por la derecha, Amat que la pica, que buena la pelota de Amat.
Gio González full steam ahead on the right hand side. Went over that Marishi, but too far from Amathin Diaye. Goes straight past Marishi. And the ball goes to Almería. Very serious face from Javier Aguirre. Javier Aguirre trying, of course, to see.
Ángel Yabdón.
Strategically speaking, and with this he sends Abdon Prats and Ángel Rodríguez off to warm up.
Gonzalo Melero ha entrado César de la Hoz, el mediocentro de la Unión Deportiva Almería, que sustituye a Melero. Kadunic, que no hubo problemas.
Kadunic moving away from any kind of problems there.
El balón que recuperaba la Unión Deportiva Almería se le ha escapado a Pozo. Y el Mallorca que empieza desde atrás. Es una pena porque al final este
Mallorca now start from the back.
el cambio de sistema, los cambios, y te deja todo un poco más frío. Pero te digo que por tiempo se puede. Estamos en el 64. 26 más lo que quiera añadir el árbitro.
Poder se puede todo en el fútbol y cosas más.
Minute 64 now, so 26 minutes left, plus whatever the referee is inclined to add.
Que te dé un poco de aire. Pero bueno, que hay que recordar que no tenemos que tener demasiado en cuenta este resultado porque llevamos 35 jornadas con la de hoy. El Mallorca ha hecho un temporadón, al César lo que es del César, 44 puntazos, que ya le gustaría a muchos equipos que están ahora luchando en esa parte baja de la tabla tenerlos. Y bueno, que también es normal.
However, Mallorca do have to realise how well they have done until now and how hard it has been to get to this point. You have to remember all the absences that we are suffering from as well. They're of course missing so many players such as Nasic, Augustinsson, Galarreta, players that are extremely vital and of vital importance for Galarreta and for Javier Aguirre.
Es lo que hay y con lo que hay que competir hasta el final. Es verdad que el Mallorca había sacado un muy buen 11.
Yes, as you say, it is what it is, and with that we have to try and compete until the end.
Y con el objetivo cumplido, pues al final.
Y 1-1 sigue el Getafe Elche en el minuto 64 de partido.
Getafe and Elche are on minute 64 of the match, and they are 1-1 at the moment. So that's another interesting battle happening in La Liga.
Porque con esta victoria de la Unión Deportiva Almería no diremos que lo tiene hecho, pero casi.
Se pone con 39 puntos, 13º por detrás del Mallorca. Ahora mismo con esta victoria sería 13º con 39 puntos y yo creo que tampoco podemos dar por salvado a nadie, no somos quien, pero se le ponen las cosas muy de cara.
Y tiene partidos también directos. Pero el Mallorca que quiere más, al menos abrir la lata.
Mallorca, however, definitely wanting more.
Que se iba por dentro, le han dejado la pierna a Kangin Lee.
And Kangin Lee just got tackled. But note that the foul actually has been attributed to Kangin Lee.
Como que la amonestado. Pero la falta. Hay algo de la jugada que me he perdido porque realmente lo que yo veo.
Deja la pierna, Kang.
Es que en un primer momento cuando ves la jugada parece que la entrada se
Kangin Lee, it does seem that the foul lies within the fact that Kangin Lee left his foot there, causing problems for the other player.
67 de partido para Kangin Lee. Recordar que los jugadores apercibidos por parte de Real Mallorca, que ya llevan muchísimas jornadas, es Gio González, pero como ha estado mucho tiempo, tanto Gio sin jugar como Antonio, tú lo decías ahora, Antonio de momento no ha visto la quinta, así que podría jugar el próximo partido, y el bueno de Gio, que es verdad que lleva, no sabría decirte cuántos partidos sin jugar, cuando se lesionó llevaba 4 amarillas, y bueno, estaría una de cumplir sanción, que sería una auténtica pena, porque con 3 partidos que quedan, y todos los que se ha quedado sin jugar.
El bueno de Gio, el bueno de Gio. Cuando es la Unión Deportiva Almería y Victoria del Mallorca, creo que ya está preparando los cambios, Tanto Ángel
And Mallorca seem to be preparing for their changes now, and it's Ángel Rodríguez and Adon Prats. So we imagine that that is to give some rest to Vedat Murici and Amat Ndiaye.
Hay que recordar que el jueves hay otro partido, Ahora haremos un poco de análisis en el post. El jueves hay partido, luego el domingo en el Spotify Camp Nou ante el Futbol Club Barcelona, ante el campeón. Y después...
Of course, lots of exciting matches ahead as well.
Quedan 3 partidos para acabar de mejor forma la temporada. Hoy no se conseguirá de momento.
This Thursday we play at home, and then next Sunday in Camp Nou against Barcelona Football Club. But as Javier Aguirre said, the aim is to keep adding points to our tally until the end. And it's going to be back to the goal of Predrag Rajkovic. And it's going to be Kanginli and Marishi that come off today.
Tendría que llegar el trabajo de banda izquierda y Ángel y Abdón, esa pareja de delanteros que estuvieron
in favour of, as we have said, Ángel Rodríguez and Abdon Prats, who are coming on to be the duo of strikers.
como aquel que dice, y van a intentar conseguir y arañar algo en estos últimos 20 minutos.
Who will, of course, now try and cause some damage in the last minutes. And Vedat Marishi there has just given his shirt to some very young Almeria fans who asked for it, and which just goes to show really how dedicated the player is and what a lovely man he is. Because he really has been through the mill in this match today. He's been tackled from absolutely every angle.
Sí, estamos viendo la imagen, en la señal televisiva del pasillo. Pues es una bonita imagen, porque al fin y al cabo demuestra que...
Yes, I'm just watching it back there now, and that is actually a really nice image that we've got there of him, because it just goes to show why everybody loves him so much.
El detalle, perdón, Victoria, es verdad que no tiene mucho que ver, pero el moreno, al final están blancos de entrenar por la mañana en la ciudad deportiva.
Pero de cara morenos.
Moreno obrero que se dice.
Moreno obrero.
Abrazado por Javier Aguirre, abrazado por Tony Amor, el bueno de Vedat Marishi.
Hugs and embraces all round for Vedat Marishi as he exits the pitch to show their support for him. Tino Cadewere tries to pass around Ángel Rodríguez there but falls short. And it is Tino Cadewere facing up to Rodrigo of Almería. But Tino's last pass there, unfortunately off target, doesn't reach any of the strikers. Almería fans and Almería players, of course, very, very happy with the score and how the match is going so far, as this victory would put them 4 points away from the relegation zone and would edge them very, very close to remaining in First Division.
Le pueden ya dar descanso, yo creo que se lo merece.
Se lo merece, la verdad que sí. El jugador de banda de la Unión Deportiva Almería. Javier Aguirre y Tony Amor sentados en el banquillo hablando, conversando.
Javier Aguirre and Tony Amor now sat on the bench having a conversation. Dani Rodríguez sat on top of the fridge, in fact.
Sigue la ola aquí en el Power Force Stadium, juego parado. Y Lázaro Vinicius que se recupera. Bueno, se levanta para ser sustituido, imagino.
Lazio Vinicius gets back on his feet because he's ready to be substituted now.
Y faltan 27 minutos.
And it is 27 minutes left on the clock now. 17, sorry. Esteban says he'll have to go back to school to that maths class where they calculate the times automatically. I've got to say that I've never been very good at maths.
Cuéntame.
Los 44 puntos del Mallorca.
However, something I have been able to add up easily this season are Mallorca's 44 points that we are currently on, and that nobody can take away from the team. So Lázaro is now off the pitch. Samu Costa is the other player to exit the pitch.
Muy buen partido, está haciendo también una muy buena temporada. El mediocentro de la Unión Deportiva Almería. Y el conjunto Bermellón. Intentaba sacar ese balón Denis Hatzikadunic, a ver si la mete dentro.
And it's Denis Hatzikadunic.
Incansable Pozo también por ese costado derecho.
Pozo relentless on the right-hand side. Very good match for him.
Y lo decimos, el jueves, que nadie se lo pierda, ese Play Red Live, aunque sea entre semana.
Of course, Thursday, regardless of the fact.
Para recibir a los campeones, pero es que son campeones, Los jugadores del Mallorca.
Turn out, so whether you are tuning in to Play Red Live, or we strongly encourage you to make your way over to the stadium to enjoy that match, because as we've said, Mallorca need and want to end the season on the maximum amount of points. Clement Grenier, central pass over to Gio. And I can see the look on Abdon Pratt's face. He wants to do a big one. He wants to have one of those moments of glory in the match. Tino Cadaware among several players. Tino still in possession.
El 17 Bermellón. Ya balón parado. Segundo saque de esquina para el conjunto dirigido por Javier Aguirre. Atento.
Free kick for Mallorca now.
Muchas cosas.
Javier Aguirre today. Very, very pensive. You can imagine lots of things going through his head today.
El asistente que está muy cerquita dice que no ha pasado nada. Y será. Parecía que podía haber salido ese balón, ¿no? Ahora sí. Saque de banda para el Real Club Deportivo Mallorca.
And it is going to be a throw-in for Mallorca now.
Que la ponga en movimiento.
Gio Gonzalez is going to put the ball in motion.
Con Ángel Rodríguez, el tinerfeño viniendo a buscar ese
Playing with Ángel Rodríguez.
Gio con Martin, combinando entre centrales ahora.
Gio back to Martin. Dennis and Martin in possession. Just to remind you, from the 60th minute, Mallorca have been playing with a line of 4 in defence. And Robertone, who really does not seem to be tired at all after everything he's done in this match. Centellas, short pass from him. And it's Gio Gonzalez looking for Martin Diaye. And Pablo Maffeo are in possession.
Pablo Maffeo, Grenier. Fuera de posición, podemos decirlo, Ángel Rodríguez que hace un
Pablo Maffeo and Grenier. Very good pass over to Gio Gonzalez. Change of direction now from one side to another. Mallorca, misunderstandings there with Ahmad. And we have been saying this, yes, 7 o'clock kickoff on Thursday. So we will be live from 5:30.
Cuando jugamos en casa por el aliento, por el apoyo de la afición, que es un auténtico placer la comunión que hay siempre.
Cuidado, que le queda Maten Diaye, le pega Maten Diaye, gol.
We have to be very careful with Martin Diaye, who it was going to be a goal, but it is offside. But Martin Diaye had done very well there to define that line of action.
decir un poco adelantado, no, bastante adelantado. El bueno de Amat en
But he definitely was too far forward there, unfortunately.
De otro partido en casa, y si decíamos que la Almería se la jugaba, el Valencia también vendrá calentito.
Sí, la verdad es que el próximo rival del Real Mallorca también está en esa lucha por salvar la categoría.
Yes, the next rival Mallorca faces up against is also desperate to remain in First Division, so that's going to be another very intense rival.
Y encima el Valencia, que este fin de semana recibe a un Real Madrid eliminado de la Champions, o sea que
Valencia also going to be receiving Real Madrid, who have just been recently knocked out of the Champions League. So I just want to say we've got a couple of Almería fans, very, very young fans, shouting Marishi, Marishi over and over again, chanting his name. I imagine they are Almería fans.
No, yo solo veo gente de Almería.
But I really it just goes to show how much people have loved him right from the get-go. Because we've got rival fans chanting his name in their home stadium. Changes once again on Almeria's ranks.
Y además que ya no está en el terreno de juego, o sea, le deben gritar hasta el banquillo, que no sé si del banquillo lo debe escuchar.
Es que está justo sentado ahí, Veda Murici en el suelo, al lado de Dani Rodríguez. Dani Rodríguez ha cambiado la neverita por el banco supletorio, lo llamaremos así, del banquillo. Y Veda Murici está a su lado en el suelo. Imagino que lamentándose, ¿no? Al final por esas oportunidades falladas o esas oportunidades que no le han podido llegar a él.
Yo me acuerdo sobre todo en estos momentos...
¿Y algún que otro agarrón?
Sí, del minuto 3, ese balón de Kangin. Porque ya pones tú el 1-0 en el minuto 3 del partido.
When we get to this point of the match, it is inevitable not to think about those defining moments of the match. And I think one of the best opportunities we had, unfortunately, came in that 3rd minute with Kangin Lee already.
No. Yo escucho a una mujer, he escuchado a un hombre y he escuchado a una niña pequeña.
Yes, I've now seen, and they really don't stop. I've heard a woman's voice, a man's voice, and a very small child's voice chanting Marishi's name.
Lo decía Victoria que el resultado no estaba siendo justo en cuanto a goleada, podríamos decir. Porque el Mallorca ha tenido un par. Y es verdad que también las que ha tenido la Almería, ellos las han aprovechado a las mil maravillas, porque no recuerdo ninguna intervención de Petar Rajkovic.
No, la verdad es que no.
Han estado también muy acertados hoy los de Rubí, lo decíamos en la previa, lo hemos comentado con Tony Amores, de los equipos más goleadores de esa zona media-baja.
We had been saying that it is true that Almería, despite their position, despite being lower than us on the table, are one of the top goal-scoring teams in La Liga.
Es que ha marcado 10 goles más que el Mallorca. O sea, con estos ya ha marcado 13 goles más que el Mallorca, pero es que el conjunto andaluz lleva 43 goles a favor y 61 en contra. Era que lleva muchos en contra, pero es que...
También encaja mucho.
Sí, encaja mucho. Pero bueno, ya es una...
However, it is true that they do score a lot, but they also concede a lot of goals.
Como Leo Baptistao, que estaba siendo titular en el equipo de Rubí. Lo confirmó ayer el técnico. Uy, la entrada ahora de Denis Hachikadunic, Se va a llevar la tarjeta amarilla.
And there's a tackle there from Denis Hachikadunic, and now he is going to receive a yellow card. Denis Hachikadunic tries to protest against that and say that he had touched the ball first. Anger from Clement Grenier. Because we imagine that he thought he was pretty close to getting the move there and that his teammate didn't make the right decision. But yes, watching that back, that was a bit of an ugly tackle there from Denis. So it did warrant a yellow card that time, we can't deny that. Ball goes over to Almería.
Que saca rápido con Idris Subaba. El otro día cumplió muy bien de central. Hoy le ha tocado volver a ese timón, a esa sala de máquinas, de pivote defensivo. Cuando Denis Hadzikadunic lanza arriba para que Tino Kadewere evita que salga.
Denis Hadzikadunic sends the ball upwards. Cantino shoot. Babic rebounds. And Mallorca remain in possession. Martin Valjean and Idrisu Baba.
Ahora luciendo el brazalete de capitán, el bueno de Martin. Con Tino Kadewere, la pedía por dentro Clement, la pedía por fuera Gio. Al final retrasa.
Clement asking for it on the inside, Gio on the outside. But it's Denis Hadzikadunic.
Mientras que Javier Aguirre yo creo que les está pidiendo un poquito más de velocidad en esta circulación de balón. Salta con todo Gio, le pitan la falta sobre Guaras.
Foul on Guaras now, whistled for Gio.
En el Futbol Stadium, en el momento que bufandas al cielo.
So scarves in the air now for the team, for the Almería fans in the stadium.
Una cifra que salvo debacle seguramente sirva para mantener la categoría. Abdon Prats con Ángel Rodríguez, le puede pegar Ángel, le pega Ángel.
Abdon Prats and Ángel Rodríguez shoots but goes into Fernando's hands.
Pero es verdad que para un delantero esos balones son caramelos. Clement también ahora le hacía el gesto Ángel como de tengo que tirar desde aquí, hombre.
No lo ha hecho mal,
muy bien, sois muy buenos compañeros,
no
pero yo
mal.
También quiero marcar.
Sí.
No.
Pero ha impactado en el jugador del Almería. Sí.
Amate Diaye. A jugar los 90 minutos, El bueno de Amat. Me he dado cuenta, Victoria, que le estoy diciendo bueno a todos,
Sí, digo, los has santificado a todos.
However, despite the fact that, of course, we are behind, it is true that several of the players, most of the players, in fact, have still done good performances today.
La falta ahora sobre Pablo Mafeo bastante clara de Alejandro Pozo.
No ha estado muy presente en esta segunda parte Pablo Mafeo,
No.
Pablo Mafeo hasn't been particularly present in this second half.
Lo vemos ahora que está dolido en el terreno de juego.
Tengo ganas de escuchar a Javier Aguirre, a ver qué nos dice en rueda de prensa también a los protagonistas. No se marchen, enchufen el Play Red Live y escuchen a los protagonistas enseguida en este post partido. Pero antes, Clement Grenier, el centrito medido a las manos.
Clement Grenier, central pass into Fernando, the goalkeeper's hands.
Y Sousa que quiere irse para arriba.
Things are still happening, of course, which is good news.
Presionado por Tino Kadewere, sigue Sousa entre 1, 2, 3 jugadores. Clement Grenier,
Tino Kadewere putting the pressure on.
Es Amate Diaye con Ángel Rodríguez haciendo de pivote de media punta.
Ángel Rodríguez acting as pivot.
Para Clement Grenier que filtró las mil maravillas.
Kadewere over to Clement Grenier.
Anticipado Centelles y Fernando que encuentra a Alex Pozo.
Finds Alex Pozo.
También lo hemos dicho un par de veces, pero no nos cansaremos que el fútbol no para esta semana. Jornada intersemanal. El jueves el Mallorca recibirá en el estadio Mallorca Somos a un Valencia que se juega la vida. Martin Valle presionando a Sousa, que le sacaba el codito.
Martin Valle putting the pressure on Sousa.
Que estaba, pues, lo decimos, ¿no? Al final cuando uno pierde 3-0 no le gusta a nadie.
It is getting quite stressful now for the players. It is a very difficult situation when you are so far behind.
La Unión Deportiva Almería que combina. Es Pozo con Portillo. Portillo que tiene que retrasar.
Pozo and Portillo.
Más. Con Fernando el portero. Aficionados de la Unión Deportiva Almería que ya abandonan la grada.
Lots of Almería fans now starting to exit the stadium, keep the queues, we can imagine, because they know what the final result is going to be. Eli tries to recover the ball, but this could be the one for is Angel inside the goal scoring area.
Ayudando en defensa.
Portillo defends.
Se lamenta Ángel porque estaban entrando Abdón Prats y Tino
Angel
Cadewere.
very frustrated there because Abdon and Tino Cadewere were on their way to provide some help.
Se lo decía ahora, creo, Abdón, en plan, si la llegas a soltar antes.
I think he was saying to Abdon was saying to him now, if you just let go of that ball slightly earlier.
En las botas de Clement Grenier, el francés, el
Corner now, and Clement Grenier's feet back to Tino. Shoots, Tino shoots, goes out.
El centro de Clement Grenier tenía dos jugadores encima.
A central pass from Clement Grenier there, millimetric. He had many players tailing him there.
El primer gol en su cuenta particular. Era buena la acción de...
Sí.
A balón parado de nuevo del conjunto bermellón. El cuarto
So another good free kick action there from the Mallorca team.
En este Almería 3, Mallorca 0. Mientras tanto, Tino Cadewere con Abdón Prats se fa fort. Al Dimoni. Con Tino. Ha metido la bota ahora Portillo. 4 minutos de tiempo añadido.
4 minutes added of extra time.
Tenemos el crono en marcha. Y Ángel que está juguetón, Ángel que está viniendo a buscar el balón de lado a lado.
Ángel Rodriguez definitely wants to play around, that much is clear.
La pelota. Raiko, el largo. Esta sí que es buena para Tino.
Rajkovic, long pass over to Tino Cadewere. Controls, he shoots, and it goes out.
Qué bien lo había hecho ahora. El jugador africano del Real Club Deportivo Mallorca. Control con la derecha. Le pegó con la izquierda. Y a punto.
Shoot with his left foot, and it was nearly there. But I think today is just not our day. When the ball doesn't want to find that goal, it's just not going to happen.
A irte con un resultado tan abultado que parece que no has estado, pero bueno. A veces hay que saber aprovechar esos trenes. Pero bueno, tampoco...
Robertone. Falta de Baba. Sí. Le dice, le has dado con la pierna.
Sigue 1-1 el Getafe Elche. Ahí nadie da su brazo a torcer,
Ahí sí quedan nervios, se lo digo ya.
Sí, muchos.
Lots of nerves still though.
Es que el Elche viene de ganarle al Atlético de Madrid.
Al Atlético de Madrid.
Especially in the other match at the moment, Getafe versus Elche, the things are definitely a lot closer than they are here. Of course, remember Getafe have just come from beating Atletico Madrid.
Bueno, y nosotros empatamos ahí, o sea que te digo que al final el Elche ha sido una de nuestras bestias negras,
Sí,
arranca la moto de Gio González. Por la derecha.
Gio González starts his engines.
Buena pared con Clement Grenier, puede ser buena, centrito para Tino.
Plays with Clement Grenier over to Tino Cadewere. Babic goes in there with a header to defend.
Templadito al primer palo de Gio González para que Tino intentase rematar. Pero será saque de esquina, uno más para el Real Club Deportivo Mallorca.
It's a corner once again for Mallorca now.
Que pite el final el árbitro. Bajaremos abajo para hablar con los protagonistas. Mientras tanto el post. Grenier, el centro es bueno. Ha despejado Tino, Ha despejado Tino. Pero Clement Grenier que sigue el centro al segundo palo.
Clement Grenier shoots towards the goal, but unfortunately it's Tino that actually deviates the ball accidentally.
Enviando a Robertone, incansable Robertone. Este tío que tiene diésel, lo que sea. Pero también otro que tal, lo va con Martin Vallen, recuperando.
3 sí, pero 4 no.
Exacto. Pablo Maffeo luchando por el balón entre dos jugadores. Se la queda Abdón Prats. Se quería dar la vuelta.
Abdón Prats is in possession.
De nuevo por la derecha con Gio González que puede probar el centro, el 20, el centrito. Centelles que despeja. Clement Grenier.
Tries for a central pass. Clement Grenier goes in with a header.
A ver, Aguirre que sigue el balón.
Javier Aguirre following the journey of the ball down the pitch.
Aficionados, 30 segundos.
Sí.
Still 30 seconds left. Lots of people in the stadium asking for the final whistle to be blown.
Sólida la defensa hoy de la Unión Deportiva Almería. Portillo con Robertone por la derecha. Aparece quién, el jugador de la Unión
Portillo and Robertone now.
Arnau Puigmal. Finalmente sí, cuidado, cuidado, que puede ser peligrosa. Cuidado con Portillo, Portillo.
This could be a dangerous one here from Portillo.
El 5 le puede pegar, el 5 le pega a Robertone.
Robertone shoots.
Del Cerro Grande, que
And it is off target eventually.
Pita al final. Ha perdido el Mallorca 3-0. Todavía quedan 3 jornadas. Dejamos a Vitoria con el postpartido y enseguida con todos los protagonistas.
And there we go, that is the final whistle. We will go and find some of tonight's protagonists to speak to. So I think we can already speak to Carlos Muñoz, who is the Mallorca youth team coach, to commentate how the match has gone. Good night to you, Carlos. So what is your opinion, just off the bat, of this match? Well, to put things into perspective, Almería obviously needed the match tonight more, and the points. They're a very good team. You know, Mallorca have already done their work. The match started quite well for Mallorca. Made some good decisions defensively. Of course, there was that controversial moment with the tackle on Kangin Lee as well. However, I think the first goal for them gave them a large degree of calm. And I think once the match had got balanced again, then suddenly the second goal arrived. Well, it's true that Javier Aguirre clearly looked for a reaction from the team when we moved into a line of 4 defense. So what do you think was missing today for the team? Yes, I mean, there was that triple change as well, of course. You know, and nearly after that, shortly after arrived the goal. You know, until the very end of the match, Mallorca didn't really take a step forward. But at the end of the day, the referee decisions are out of our control and they don't really depend on us. Of course, I think if we had been allowed certain actions and if the penalties that should have been whistled had been whistled, that would have definitely changed the makeup and the drawing of the game. But of course, what I found quite strange was that VAR didn't even come in to revise the actions. Yes, however, it's what we have to focus on is how at least this kind of match happens now when we're no longer in a danger zone and Mallorca are now, they're already saved. And hopefully on Thursday we can give the fans a victory at home. So all the fouls that Maurici was involved in today, they were all whistled against him, and he really wasn't, and he really did receive a lot of ugly tackles. But it's almost a sensation that Maurici sometimes is fighting against 22 of the players rather than 11. Yes, of course, I can imagine, because he is somebody as well who is always the finisher on the moves, it must be a very frustrating thing, and it can make you despair after a while in matches like this. But of course, it's these kind of features that have put him in the top 5 or top 6 of goal scorers in the league. So we're going to hear from Martin Valgent, and we'll be back with you very, very soon. So what happened today, Martin? I think the early goal influenced the match a lot. We were looking to put pressure on to steal the ball, but I don't think we did any of those things today. I don't think we were on form. We got into a dynamic that we really don't like, and we can't repeat again in the 3 matches that are left. There were several opportunities to score, of course, but as you said, this cannot be repeated. Of course, we weren't looking to do a match of this type today. I think the match we could have, if there had been a possible penalty, then that would have changed things. You know, with 3 shots at goal, we went into half-time 2-0 down, and that's unacceptable. Of course, Vedat Marici was tackled all over the place today. Yes, because he's a 2-meter tall, almost 100-kilo heavy player, and everybody thinks that he's just a wall that can be tackled in any way, and the referees tend to think that too. But hopefully then next weekend we can just do take all of these things and do better. And of course we would like to end the season reflecting how we have played for the rest of the season as well. And Pedro Rajkovic, their captain tonight for Real Mallorca. Well, I wouldn't change anything that Martin Valgent said there. We didn't deliver in any of the areas, he said. We can't let this dynamic repeat itself. Yes, as he said, took full responsibility for it. Yes, I mean, we were talking earlier about those absences on the defense level. Donde le cae el rechace y después en el reinicio de la jugada nos chutan y le cogen falta de marca a los centrales y después un poco la jugada del segundo gol, que es una acción puntual de un despeje y encima le cae. Of course, there are all these small moments throughout the match that can, of course, make all the difference without the mistakes.
Pasaba por ese centro del campo del Mallorca, que en los últimos partidos, por no decir los últimos 5 o 6, había estado comandando.
So in the last 5 or 6 matches, we had that duo of Morlanes and Galarreta, who of course were both off today. And today that role fell to Dani Rodriguez and Baba. But I definitely think that the most substantial changes can always be felt in the midfield. What do you think about this? Well, I think especially like Galarreta is a very hierarchical player in the team, so to substitute him will always be a challenge. But I think the players that have been substituting the regulars in the last part of La Liga have done some very, very good performances. Of course, for the other players, that has not been easy either. Some of them have come out of injuries as well. And as Martin just said, I think today's captain, I think it's all about just simply focusing on the next one now. Of course, today's absences were extremely important ones, so we had to work with what we had. Yes, at the end of the day, I think we need to congratulate everybody. You know, Almería definitely needed the points today. There were many occasions that we could have taken advantage of, and we didn't. I think it's true that the first part of the match, it seemed like Almería were quite scared and that they were a bit nervous and they were a bit apprehensive to take action with the ball. And I think that the first goal for them was definitely one of those psychological goals for them. Yes, and Rajkovic's move as well definitely had a lot to say there. All of that creates lots of doubt for the team. And they, of course, will want to cement their remaining in First Division with victories at home. But with that third goal, I think that just finished them off, really. So Martin Madrid was saying that the next goal is the next match at home against Valencia. But yeah, so just 5 days away from the next home match. Yes, I mean, Mallorca have showed the best version of themselves at home this season. And I'm sure that on Thursday we will see a new version of the team. But we're just going to go over and hear from Javier Aguirre. Well, Almería were the best team from start to finish. We started with joy in the team, but then we were unrecognizable. And I wasn't capable of motivating them either or keep up the good dynamic or the identity that has made us stand out. It's a bit worrying because I think it was my fault. Firstly, you looked a bit upset. Well, I wasn't upset. I mean, there's nothing else that we can do. We're trying with some fresh players who haven't played very much all season, but today wasn't our day at all. And it really showed. I think you started quite well. You had opportunities to score. But at the end of the day, luck and efficiency, I guess, were two factors. Well, I mean, they were superior. Let's not center ourselves on referee decisions. And I really want to fix the image that we gave the team today. So a bit harsh words there from Javier Aguirre, attributing today's defeat to himself and taking full responsibility for it. Of course, I mean, I don't think it's anybody's fault individually. Of course, he chooses the players, but then it's the players who perform. No, I think nobody wants to lose 3-0, sorry. But that's football for you. So I think that this match should serve as a extra motivating factor to come back on Thursday and show what the fans deserve to see, what kind of team they deserve to be looking at. Yes, the joy today only lasted, unfortunately, for 10 minutes. But I think definitely that that first goal from Almería was the factor that let them take that match into exactly where they wanted it to be. Also today, of course, there were many players on the pitch that had spent a very long time without being starters. Well, I mean, that is the way that this match has gone. And there's nothing much else to say about that.
Pero lo que hay que destacar, yo creo, para todos los que nos estén escuchando ahora, Carlos, desde el Play Red Live del canal de YouTube de Real Mallorca, es que el Mallorca ha hecho un temporadón. ¿Quién se lo iba a decir al Mallorca?
However, it is definitely worth reminding ourselves of the incredible season that Mallorca have had.
En Pamplona, que a falta de 4 jornadas para finalizar la liga, Amat.
We've got Amat in the area here now. So today the ball just wasn't going in, was it? Yeah, I think we started the match very well. Then we had 2 goal-scoring opportunities. They scored. Everything got more complicated from then on.
Que nos dejó cao y nada, y hemos peleado hasta el final y no han llegado los goles y nada, ahora olvidar este partido, ¿no? Y ahora pensando el partido de jueves en casa con la afición, iremos por los 3 puntos y seguiremos lo más alto de la tabla, ¿no?
We will try to remain at the top of our game and to remain where we are on the table and show why we deserve to be there.
Sí, a veces si no tienes el día no lo tienes, ¿no? Entonces no vamos a decir que no hemos tenido el día, pero no hemos estado a la altura que queríamos estar.
I think it's unfair to say that we didn't have our day today, but we definitely just weren't where we were supposed to be. So I think our focus has to be on forgetting about this match and looking towards the next one, which is at home. We'll go all out for those 3 points there in front of our home fans.
Perdona, Carlos, que te he tenido que cortar, pero el directo manda y han lanzado esa señal
So
televisiva.
sorry for cutting you off there, Carlos.
Me matará, no sé un poco. Después retomamos lo que te preguntaba, ¿qué te ha parecido las palabras del senegalés de Amat?
So what did you think about Amat Ndiaye's words there?
Ha sido un jugador que ha aportado 90 minutos y normalmente no acumula tantos minutos.
Well, I mean, usually he's not on the pitch for so long.
Positivas esas palabras, sobre todo de cara al partido siguiente.
And I think we have to take away the positive aspect of his words and focus on the next match.
Siempre tiene que pasarle algún equipo un lapsus en un partido, que el Mallorca ha hecho un temporadón. A 4 jornadas de terminar la liga, cualquiera se lo ha dicho el año pasado.
Yes, we were saying that Mallorca have had an excellent season. They've worked so hard and they've ended on such a deserving time. I think it's amazing to already be saved if we consider the teams and how the other teams are going in the first division. It's an honor for me to be a part of this technical team. And so all my congratulations to in the first team, because I think they're doing an amazing job. So the youth team this season, you've ended up 3rd in the league, so congratulations for that.
Los últimos 3 no los he sumado. Pero bueno, imagino que muy contento con la temporada de los chicos, ¿no?
So happy with the boys' season. Yes, I think they've evolved and grown up a lot this year. I think we've also managed to bring a lot of the youth players up to the main team, which of course is always a huge honor.
Hablábamos de la cantera del Mallorca, en este caso del División de Honor, pero también podemos hablar de jugadores del filial que hoy, por ejemplo, han podido estar...
So talking again about youth players that have been with the first team today, such as Montiel, Garay, Yabres and Marcos Fernandez. So Javier Aguirre decided to bring them with him and the first team, of course. And it looked like some of them were going to have a chance today. Yes, of course. I mean, they're very eager to participate in the matches, but at the same time, they understand Javier Aguirre in the sense that he has his own players to work with, of course. But everybody that you mentioned there, they have worked so hard this year. They really deserve to be there with the first team, and their time will come. And to be brought along with the first team is always just an injection of excitement and motivation for them. So there's still one more match away with Camp Nou, so perhaps we won't get to see some of the youth players play this year in the end. No, well, that's less likely, but I do just want to commend them because I really would trust them because they've worked and played so hard and so well throughout the whole season. Today wasn't our day for anybody, neither on or off the pitch. This can't happen at the end of a season, regardless of the results we've been achieving. The good thing is we have another opportunity in 5 days' time. And I think we have a good opportunity to do a good match in front of our fans, and that's what we're going to focus on. With Danny Rodriguez there. So back to me and Carlos, but this time to thank you for being with us and talking to us in our post-match coverage, and to congratulate you on the result of your youth team.
Hasta la próxima, Carlos. Ahora sí, volvemos en directo al Powerhouse Stadium porque me consta que el entrenador del Mallorca, Javier Aguirre.
So we are back live in the Powerhouse Stadium because we are going to listen to Javier Aguirre's press conference.
Usted dijo, si vamos relajados, o creo que las palabras que dijo exactamente fueron, si vamos a arrastrarnos a Almería, nos va a caer un saco de goles. Así es. Al final el equipo sale goleado.
One of your words before this match was that if we drag ourselves to Almería, we are going to walk away with a barrage of goals. What would you say to that? I think we tried to remount after the first goal, but we kept making mistakes, which were very unlike what we have been used to with Mallorca recently. I put the players on the pitch, I decide why and how, I try and motivate, but this time it didn't work for me, and I feel very responsible of the team's performance. So are you angry today? Yes, I'm angry at myself. I've had many matches in this league, and I really don't like to walk away annoyed with myself. I'm the responsible person for this defeat, and I take it as such. So do you think they're going to remain in First Division today? Well, if they have easy matches like the one they had today against us, then I have no doubt. So you were protesting against the second goal today. So we were wondering what actually happened. Well, I won't talk about luck or the referee's decisions. I think that's disrespectful in a press conference. I never do it, and I definitely won't do it today. Any more questions?
No sé cuál sería la palabra, pero entiende que el aficionado hoy está enfadado por falta de, no sé si es la palabra, pero falta de
So,
ambición.
would you understand that the fans today could be angry over the lack of ambition? Yes. I mean, the 10, 15, 20 that made their way here today, I'm so sorry for them. I want to say apologize to all the families that will have watched us today. All we can do is apologize. That's not the image we want to give. That is not the Mallorca that has put us in the position that we're in now. And I just wasn't on form today. So I just want to congratulate Almería, wish them all the best. And of course, we can't wait for Thursday to get back out there and show what we are as a team. So yes, the last question I wanted to ask you was that the good thing about football is that you've got new opportunities. Can you promise that the fans will see another version of the team? Well, I can't promise that, of course, but people are happy in general at the moment. But today, nobody can be happy with what we did. So we will play the 3 matches that are left as if they were league finals. Today we had 5 changes, we've got lots of absences. But me being here, I'm the one who made the mistake. So there are Javier Aguirre's words in his press conference. So just before we say goodbye, let's have a look at the last 3 matches of the league that are still ahead of us. We've got Thursday the 25th of May at 7 p.m, an unmissable match in Son Moix Stadium. 3 days later, we are having another amazing match, this time in Camp Nou against Barcelona. And then the last one, the following Sunday, Sunday the 4th of June, we will be playing against Rayo Vallecano at home to close off the 2022-2023 season at 7 p.m. So thank you very much for everybody who has been watching and listening with us today. We hope to see you back on Thursday for the coverage against Valencia. See you then.